Let me send out a blast real quick. And I still got to do blast on Snap and IG. How's everyone doing this morning? Oh, we already trend right now. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Sorry, I'm setting up blasts. Snapchat's the worst because you have to actually click everyone's name. Let's get some music going while we're done this. Where's my fucking mouse? There it is. Oh, it's like my favorite song in the world. Keep you close to me. And every day's another. Side note, this song right here, the artist that's singing it played for me and my little brother, like in private. This song helped me get through losing my father. And the lead singer of the band played on my dad's guitar and sang the song for us. And I wonder if you're proud of me. You can hear me shout at me. I need to kill this doubt at me for good. So help me now. Help me now. To let you think about these last 10 years and what they've done to me. And I don't think it's worth it cause it's just not fun to me. What if I just kill myself and never spoke again? If I miss anyone coming in, welcome. We're going to start here in a few minutes. Just setting up the blasts. Like you know, I often do. And I wonder if you're proud of me. You can hear me shout at me. To kill this doubt at me for good. So help me now. So let you go. So I can live. So I can live. Like I said, it's so annoying on Snapchat because you have to sit here and tap everyone's name. I'm barely in the case. I often do. And I wonder if you're proud of me. You can hear me shout at me. To kill this out at me for good. So help me now. So help me now. To let you. So help me now. So let you. To let you. So So you let you know. So okay, Snapchat is sent. Razine! Hey, Razine, are you going to come up and tell your story? You guys, Razine has the same condition I have, which is dominated by women. So I was surprised to find another dude on here that had my condition. Big Fine Bammy. Hello? Wait, who are you? How are you doing today? She said, ouch. Well, you're a top badge, and I've never seen you before. It's Jilly, baby. All right. We did the Snapchat blast. Now we got to do the Instagram blast. Yo, who's spinning wheels? Yo, Bards, thank you. Appreciate you. Jilly, I think Big Fine Bammy. Big Fine Bam got offended because I didn't know who she was. Good afternoon. How you doing? You have so many names in your name. Is that Mesh? Mesh, what is up with all the names in your name? You were bought. Oh, yeah, that's why I don't like doing auctions. I like to have control over my name. How is everyone doing today? I'm not going to worry about tagging anything or anyone. We're just going to do our thing and share it to our story, share it to the post, and close friends. It's annoying how much stuff you have to do to get people to through, right? How's everyone doing today? Jay, thank you for the favorite. I appreciate you. Miss Blonde Bombshell, hello. Jay, really? Everyone, make sure you favorite all my Reds. Matter of fact, favorite everybody. If they're here, they're awesome. Wait, Blonde, did you have Gary? Or was I just talking about it? Do you want to tell your story today? I'm sure I can squeeze you in. Yeah, I have type 1 as well. Are you at work? Okay. I mean, we're going to be going for hours. So whenever you're on your break, you can definitely come up and come in the box and tell your story. So our first speaker is going to be Jilly. Jilly has lupus, and she's an advocate for it. She's done her own awareness event for it. Now, let me tell you guys off the bat, this event is not about gifts. We don't care about gifts. We don't want diamonds. We just want to reach as many people as we can. Small town, hello? What did I just say? Right, who do I have to kick? Who do I have to kick? Who sent it? I gotta kick someone. If my mouse works. Anyways, so today you guys are going to learn about lupus, fibromyalgia. Dolt, what's up, buddy? With the big fucking top badge flex. Hello? He's like, I'm a top badge. So, how you doing, bro? So you guys are going to learn about lupus, fibromyalgia, hydrocephalus, endometriosis, and my condition, Chiari malformation. Now, I've never really spoke up about my condition on here. On my personal media, social media, I'm very open about it. I'm an advocate. I have two groups on Facebook. One called Chiari Crusaders and one called Chiari Confidential. Chiari Crusaders is open to everybody. Family, friends, whoever supports someone that has Chiari. Chiari Confidential is only for patients. Because there's a lot of stuff we don't want to really talk about that people, there's stuff that we don't want our family and friends to know. There's stuff that we want to talk about amongst each other, symptoms and stuff we go through that we don't really want our family to hear and see. If that makes any sense. So, yeah, I have two of them on Facebook. It's Chiari Crusaders and Chiari Confidential. So if you are a Chiarian, a zipperhead, and they call us a zipperhead when after you get surgery, you're a zipperhead because the scar on your neck looks like a zipper. So yeah, if you are a Chiarian, you can join Chiari Confidential. If you just want to support people that have the condition, you can join Chiari Crusaders on Facebook. And you guys are going to get the names of some foundations. Save your diamonds, save your money. If you want to donate anything, you can donate directly to the foundations. Again, this is not about diamonds. We are here to spread awareness. I myself was misdiagnosed for 23 years. The conditions we're talking about today are often misdiagnosed. 23 years with 16 doctors. None of them looked in the right spot. And yes, my story's coming. And that's tonight. That's at the end of everything. I'm going to fill you guys in on my life with Chiari, as well as my life with Chiari, fibromyalgia, and spinal stenosis. So we will get into that. But the first person we're going to talk to it's Jilly Baby. And I need to pull my schedule. I mean, it's Jilly Baby's she's up first at 11:30. Well, 2:30. And in an hour, hopefully Dan Daniel's here. So first we're going to hear from Jilly about lupus.
Also,
My name's
Hi,
Jilly.
I'm Dan
I'm
from
from
spot
Indonesia.
you already know. Coming straight out
Because
of
after Jilly, it's Mike Bell talking about hydrosyphilis. After Mike Bell, we're going to hear from Special K. Special K, are you here? Special K suffers from Chiari malformation and spinal bifida. Then we'll hear from Dem Daniel. He's a performer. He's a freestyle artist. Then we're going to hear from Ambition about endometriosis. Jessica Rabbit about lupus. Abdul, who's a professional singer, is going to come and perform for us. We're going to hear from Flex about lupus. We're going to hear from Smiley Fox about fibromyalgia. Alien Eve is not going to make it, so we'll squeeze some trivia in there. And then after all of them, I'm going to tell my story. Yep. So, who all do we have here? If you're here, press 1. Let me know you're here. I'm just going to go ahead and fucking finish this drink from last night. Razine, sir, do you want to come up and tell your story? I'm sure you have a pretty good story. Gemini, hello. Michelle, hello. Razine, I asked you before and you didn't answer. Now you're not answering again? I mean, how long ago were you diagnosed? Hello, Special. Weren't you diagnosed pretty young? There's Mike. Hello, Mike. Mike, you were up after when we talked to Jelly Baby. So you were diagnosed at birth. Come on in the box, man. Let everyone talk, like hear you talk. I mean, you probably had the surgery, right? You already been depressed. Mike, you're up after Jelly Baby. I'll let you in the box.
Hey, Joe. How are you? Good to see you.
Trying to show me up with a... Yeah.
Hold on a second. Sorry, I muted myself. Good to see you. How are you?
My audio's kind of whack.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I think my
trying to show me up with OBS, huh?
Of course. We were playing a little bit of Text Twist. It's like a jumble game, and you basically have to like make the different letters into different words.
But can you be a motherfucking teddy bear?
Yeah, when I have it all set up. That's awesome.
I'm the only teddy bear.
Awesome. So what's up, man? How are you? How's everything going?
I'm good. I'm good. We're just getting started. We're still working on the build-up. I mean, it's sad because before, by now, I would have had maybe about 80, 90 views. But because I lost my voice for 3 weeks, I lost a lot of viewers.
True.
And I even have new viewers that are here for the event.
Okay. Yeah, I have 150 viewers in mine right now.
Are you live right now?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. So when we're ready to talk to you about hydrocephalus, I'll send you
So
a
like everybody has to come over, look up Joe. Just let's see. What is
well, they'll see me because I'm going to send you a verse and we'll talk about hydrocephalus. We're going to listen to your story.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, since you're live, we're going to do it like that.
Awesome, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, for sure. I always like to help out everybody that like has like new shows and stuff, and you know what? It's cool.
Well, I mean, the whole point of this is hopefully someone will listen to one of our stories and be like, that sounds like what I'm going through. And they'll go to their doctor and they'll ask their doctor the right question.
Yeah, I mean, like hydrocephalus
that's really my hope.
Some of the shit that you go through is no joke, but whenever you're ready, just send me a battle request. I'll be in my stream.
Well, I sent you the schedule. I think you're up at 250. I'm going to talk to Jelly Baby first, then it's you.
All right, sounds good, man. I will
I appreciate you, brother.
See you soon.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yes, if you guys haven't favorited Mike Bell, make sure you do. He has a show, Weird Science, every Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right, Mike? Mr. Money, hello. So, anyone in here that's going through any medical issues, just know you're not alone. You can always message me and talk to me about it. You can message anyone we're going to talk to and talk to about it if they have the same thing you have. Because trust me, when I was first diagnosed, I felt so alone. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this thing? Why is this thing happening to me? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Check out his show, Weird Science. And, I mean, I joined one of the big groups on Facebook. And it was all full of drama. Those big groups are just drama. So I started my own. And I found people that had the same condition I had. So talking to those people opened up my eyes. It cleared my mind of the condition. I didn't feel alone anymore. Gigi. How you feeling, Gigi? No, you don't understand. No one understands unless they're one of us. I mean, people with other conditions that are similar to ours can understand. And you guys, Gigi is another Kiari warrior. She understands the struggle. Are you feeling good enough to talk today? You good? All right. Well, I'll pencil you in. I'll put you up before I do. No? Oh, not too good. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can show the ceiling and talk if that's how you feel. Well, I didn't have you set for a time because I knew you had COVID. But whenever you're ready, in between everything else, you can request a box and I'll put you in. Little blind dude, what's up? Kira, hello. So, here in 2 more minutes, we're going to talk to Jelly Baby. And Jelly Baby has lupus. Now, lupus is the most common of the conditions we're going to talk about. It's the one you probably heard the most about. But Jilly's going to share her story. Because every case of lupus is different. Lupus is one of those conditions that doesn't affect everyone in the same way. And I was supposed to make a list of questions, and I got drunk last night and didn't make the list of questions. So we're going to do this by the fly. Okay, why is it telling me I can't find anyone to talk to? Oh my God, please tell me the fucking battles aren't broken. It is not letting me send a verse. It's saying no streamers available for challenge. Oh, there it goes. Oh my God, I was about to fucking get mad. Let's find Jilly. Yeah, that's what I did. And finally let me in. It's Jilly Baby.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Look at you sitting in the space sphere background.
So Jilly,
Yes,
you're in California.
I am in
5
California.
hours away from me.
Yeah, I'm in California right now.
Too bad you're not in LA because we could be hanging out doing this together. Hello.
Do the show together, right? Thank you, Turk. Zach.
Turk, what's up, buddy?
Ah,
Ooh, what the hell is that one?
that's his gift.
That's his gift?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Y'all, this one for
Hey,
Turk.
kind of looks like Turk too.
Thanks, Turk.
Okay, Turk. We see you.
It's his personal gift, y'all. Congratulate, Turk. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Yes. So I'm in California.
We'll do a few rematches, and we're going
Yes.
to let you tell your story.
Okay.
So, how long did it take you to get diagnosed?
I was actually pretty fortunate. My road to diagnosis from the time that I started recognizing symptoms and doing something about it was probably about 4 months.
Oh, wow.
4 months. I had a lot of
How old were you?
extreme symptoms that came very quickly. So wait, that was 4 years ago. So I was 35.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 35. Yeah, 35.
So you didn't notice any symptoms until you were 35.
Yeah. I mean, now they always say hindsight is 20/20.
Looking back, the symptoms were there.
I can think of experiencing symptoms. What was that? 2017, maybe a year or two prior to that, but nothing that stuck out further back than that to me.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Jilly has lupus, and that's what we're talking about right now. So I'm sorry, I missed how old you were when you look back.
30. I was 35. 35.
No, I'm saying when you look back. You
Oh, when I look back, maybe further back. I mean, I had like, so if we take it back from the beginning, I've always grown up with lots of like medical issues from the time I was born. So I've spent a lot of my life in and out of hospitals, so or having kind of like health issues. So if I look back on the immediate symptoms that stick out, I would say maybe 2 years prior to that, when I was traveling, I noticed like a lot of fatigue and just certain things happening. But yeah. Well, I'll explain what lupus is for people that maybe don't know what lupus is, right? So lupus is, the easiest way is lupus is an overactive immune system. So it is an autoimmune. You're good. It's an autoimmune condition, right? So it means that my immune system is over, it doesn't recognize the difference between healthy cells and non-healthy cells, right? So the body essentially can attack itself at any given time if triggered in any way. So obviously something you can't see, it's different for everybody, right? I'm sure you have other people coming on to talk about lupus.
Yes, and lupus is one of those conditions that are like, it's hit and miss for people. Like the symptoms are different for you. That Jessica might suffer different symptoms, and Flex might suffer different symptoms.
It's called lupus is called like the great imitator, right? It's often very misdiagnosed. It's something there's not one test for it. It's something that is very diagnostic, right? So any rheumatologist who studies autoimmune disease will tell you, you have to have certain, like, there's certain blood tests that can be done that you have markers for. And then the rest of it is very symptomatic diagnostic. So you have to have at least 4 of the 11 symptoms for them to even say, all right, we're going to go ahead and call this lupus. There's not a test that will be like, oh, yep, it's lupus, right? And for a lot of people, it's internal. Mine affects my skin. So like a lot of times, it took me a long time to be comfortable to like wear like tank tops and stuff again. Because when I started having symptoms, one of the worst things that happened was, well, a second worst thing to happen was it was welts. So I had a bunch of red welts literally across my chest and my arms that were like huge. So I have like a lot of scarring. So you see like a lot of this on my like elbows and stuff, like these dark marks on me are like leftover scarring from, I mean, the camera can see that, from having that happen. It's not shingles. It's not shingles at all. So, but the rashes were a big thing for me, and the hair loss. So in 2017, I lost like all of my hair came out. So if you were to see my scalp, like these dark marks that you see, that's like scarring from the, I literally probably have like this side of my head is this color from the scarring of the inflammation and stuff that kind of happens. So it's, you know, but that's how it affects me, right? Mine's my skin. You have people who have lupus and it can affect their internal organs. So heart issues, lung issues.
Yeah, I mean, setting this thing up, I've talked to people and they're like, oh, I have lupus, but it's a skin condition. I'm like, but lupus affects the whole body. Like,
yeah, and it's different for everybody, right? So mine manifests itself more on my skin, right? The skin is the largest organ of the body. So, you know, mine may be a little bit more visible if seen, but everybody who has experience, we all experience some similar symptoms, right? The fatigue, you know, when you have photosensitivity, meaning the sun, you know, the sun is not good for people with lupus. The, you know, it's the headaches, the rashes. Not everybody gets a rash, but the biggest primary symptom being fatigue. Like fatigue, you know, like it's, and when we say fatigue,
the chronic fatigue.
The chronic fatigue, like when you'll hear lots
of people. Which is where spoon theory comes in.
Right. So it's, when people think fatigue.
I mean, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I brought spoon theory up to you.
Yeah. You said what?
And I brought spoon theory up to you. And you looked into it?
Oh, yes, the spoon theory. No, I had done that a while back. I'm very familiar with the spoon theory. I did that. I found that in therapy years ago. I share that all the time with people. That is a great tool to help explain what lupus is like for people.
Well, it doesn't only explain lupus. It explains all of the conditions we're talking about today.
True. The person that wrote it had lupus.
The person that created it had lupus.
Yes, she wrote it from a point of, but it does explain the idea of chronic fatigue. And for people that don't understand like fatigue, it's not like high key. It's not like just get some sleep. Like I need you guys to think of like you could never get enough sleep to feel rested and have energy. Like we're talking about that type of fatigue. You know what I mean? Like it's really that
You
intense.
can sleep all you want, but you have a limited amount of energy.
Yeah. You know? So for me, like diagnosis wise, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like get off track. My diagnosis wise, it started, so what for me, my trigger to diagnosis started with just a rash. For me in June of June of 2017, I just moved to New York, right? New city, new place, excited, big city, I'm having a good time. Started with a small rash right here on my chest. It was like a little red, and I was like, oh, you know, maybe this is just like heat rash, right? Like just a heat rash. I've been out, I've been partying, that's fine. I ignored it. I started to feel myself kind of getting tired, but I was like, oh, I'm just partying too much. You know what I mean? It was my first time in living out here. I was literally brunching it every weekend, just doing everything. But it was just a rash. So I took the rash. I was like, all right, well, if it's a skin thing, right, I'm going to go to a dermatologist. Go to the dermatologist. They take they do a little biopsy, say it's, just kind of like, I forget what she called it, but just like saying, give me some cream, said it'll be fine. We'll get the test results back and we'll go. We'll do fine. At the same time, I'm also seeing my OBGYN because I've been having like female cramp, like my periods were just really off and painful. So I'm seeing these doctors, multiple doctors. In between that time, my hair starts to come out at an excessive rate. Everybody's hair falls out, but we're talking like chunks at a time, right? Like chunks at a time of hair. Hi, Queen. So we continue to go back and continue to test, and my rash goes from a small rash to a bigger rash, which starts to continue to go. And at this point, I'm seeing all kinds of doctors, scuba, sorry, Mal. I'm seeing all kinds of doctors, I'm seeing, they're sending me to everybody. We'll go get this check, get this check. So I've probably seen from May to about August at this point, I've probably seen or been sent to about 5 or 6 different doctors. So from allergist to the rheumatologist, I'm seeing my OBGYN, my gynecologist, I'm seeing my primary doctor, I'm seeing everybody, and we're doing all these blood tests. And how we talked about how it's always misdiagnosed or missed. All my blood tests are telling them that everything's fine. But everything's not fine, right? My blood test is saying you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And I'm like, my hair is falling out. I've got red welts all over me. And you keep telling me it's fine. They thought, so I'll tell you the things that they thought I had.
Doctors go to the easiest answer.
So they'll tell you the things I had. At one point, they thought I had Lyme disease. Tested me for that, GG. Lyme disease, no. At one point, they thought, they said I had hepatitis C. I got retested and stuff like that, so that's a no. One time they tested me for blood clots because my D-dimer one day was just off the charts. They thought I had angioedema, acquired angioedema. So that's a disease where essentially you're like in your blood, so like your breathing and stuff could close up. Endocrinologist saw them too, thought it was my thyroid. Did that, went through all those tests, got almost everything biopsied. Had my gastroenterologist as well. So I had my intestines biopsied. I've had my female part biopsied. I have my skin biopsied. I have my lymph nodes in my neck biopsied. Everything. It was, from that period of time, it was everything. And everything to that point was coming back normal.
Well, I often say doctors are a lot like mechanics. They use the knowledge they have and the experience they've gained. And then from there, it's just a process of elimination.
So, and the treatment will come, if not monitor closely. But I finally got to it was my second rheumatologist that I finally got to. And it was, I'm grateful for her. It was a young doctor. I had come in, I went through a 2-week period in August where I had come to see her maybe 4 times. And I went through a period where I was going to the hospital constantly, like the ER. I woke up one day and my lips were swollen. Like my lips were literally like, when y'all think of, remember when I did the Kylie Jenner challenge and people were trying to make their lips big where they put the to make their lips out. I literally woke up and that's what my lips look like. That's what I woke up like that. And went to the ER and gave me some, Benadryl, went through this and went back. A couple of days later, I woke up and my eyes were swollen shut. Like all of these weird random things were happening. And every time I would go, but your blood work says you're okay. And it wasn't until that rheumatologist was like, you know what? this is like, she's like, you know what, this is getting frustrating for me. I'm gonna go
Thank you.
and do a secondary blood test. Your blood work is telling me I don't need to do this blood work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And she did it anyway, and it all started from there. So antibodies were found, right? So for those of you that don't understand with lupus, there's when you do a blood work, you'll do like a full panel blood work, and they'll test for anti-nuclear antigen. So it's an ANA blood test. So
lupus is not cancer.
it's not cancer, no. It's an ANA, anti-nuclear
Also, thank
antigen.
you.
So every cell in your body, if you break your cells open, there's particles in there called your nuclear antigens that make up every cell that happens in your body, every cell. Your body has your DNA, you're coded to have what's called clearance, right? So anytime you face some kind of trauma or something happens to your body, your cells live and die every day. You have cells that die every day. When the cells die, they break open, bleh, and your body says, hey, we got to clean this out. So they clean it out, clear it out of your system. So someone with lupus, what happens is you technically have like bad clearance. And so what happens is they don't clean everything out and they leave some of that in your bloodstream. The insides of every cell in your body, that nuclear antigen gets left in your bloodstream. So what happens is your immune system does what it's supposed to do, right? Hey, that's not supposed to be here. We're going to create something to get rid of those things. But when your body,
I'll answer your question in a second.
when your body does that, it's now created like a fighting mechanism for something that everything in your body is made up of. So you now have this like mechanism in your body that's, doesn't know when to not fight these things because it's built to fight that. So when you do this blood test, it'll test your blood to see if you have these ANA antibodies in your blood. If you have it, then they'll do a secondary test to find out what kind of antibodies and then can lead to more information. But if it's negative, they don't test you for those antibodies, right? So it's like a two-part test, right, Joe? So if I run the first test and it comes back negative, then there's no reason for me to give you the second test because your first test said no. So that was my problem. Was my first test kept coming back negative. So they did what they did, and they just,
So they didn't bother with the second test.
They didn't bother with the second test until that second rheumatologist was like, this is not making any sense. I'm going to give you the second test anyway, even though your first one is saying I don't need to. And there it was. So I have Sjogren's syndrome.
So you finally found a good doctor.
Yeah, I find Sjogren's syndrome. I have SSG antibodies, and then I have the Smith antibody, which is also attached to lupus. So those two things popped out immediately. And
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was misdiagnosed for 23 years by 16 doctors.
Right, it does. And that your story, the sad part is your story is more common than my story. Like years of misdiagnosis. The average diagnosis time for somebody with lupus is 6 years. That's statistically, someone with lupus, it takes an average time of 6 years.
All right, we'll do one more because I do have Mike Bell coming up next.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, doctors they usually just go to the simplest answer.
I'm diagnosed for 12 years.
I
know. Oh, she's diagnosed. Here's what I feel too, right? Like they're just like anything else. There's good and bad, right? And at the end of the day, I will always stand on encouraging people. You are your best advocate. Like you have to be. You have to advocate for yourself. You are the expert on your body and what you need. And if you're not getting what you need from the specialist or whomever it is that you're going to see, guess what you can do? You can find another one. You can get another one. And you should never be afraid to find another doctor or tell the doctor.
You always have to get multiple opinions. Always.
Facts.
If you know something's wrong with your body and there's a doctor telling you that they don't see anything, you got to get another opinion. Like I said, I compare doctors to mechanics all the time. If you go to a mechanic and they're like, oh, I can't find anything wrong with your car, go to another one.
And here's the other thing about that too. If you have a doctor that tries to discourage you from getting a second opinion, that's not the doctor you want. Any good doctor will encourage you to get a second opinion. Don't be afraid about that.
When I was told I needed brain surgery, I've seen 7 neurosurgeons. And all 7 say that I need the brain surgery. I mean, of course, I prolonged it as long as I can because who the fuck wants to go through brain surgery?
Facts. Facts. No, but be your own advocate, guys. You know, do your research, like you said. Be your own advocate. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. The doctors are there to help you, not the other way around, right? So if you, just like anything else, like he said, if you go to a car
the
place,
doctors are there to make money.
well, altruistically above bigger picture wise, right? Your doctor should be there to help you, is what the intention
Should be,
is, right?
should be.
Yes,
But
to
there's
help
very
you.
few
I
that are.
I don't, you know, I don't have, I haven't gone through, I know 20 years is a long time. I'm not as jaded yet about it, but like, they're there to help you. So if you don't like what you're hearing, don't be afraid to find somebody else. Do your
Sal,
research.
to answer your question, lupus will not just go away. The conditions we're talking about today do not just go away. They are incurable.
Yeah, it's something that you
No
manage.
cure for lupus, chiari malformation, fibromyalgia, endometriosis, or hydrocephalus. There's treatments, but not cures.
Yeah, it's an immune disease. You know, lupus is getting a lot more attention in research nowadays than it has, which is great. So I encourage you guys, for more information, you know, go to the Lupus Foundation of America. You know, and I just encourage everybody throughout the day today who's listening to everybody's stories to be open and just remember that, you know, not everybody, you never know what anybody's going through, right? And people are often always fighting battles that you don't get to see. And I hope that when you hear people's stories today, that'll enlighten you a little bit. You know,
Julie,
that.
I love you, girl.
All right, Joe, y'all,
Thank
please
you
make
for
sure y'all
doing
hit
this.
Joe Dave.
And later on, I'm going to tell my story. So you better be here.
Yes. Well, what time is that at? I'm visiting my mom, so I'm literally
It's
like
going to
they're
be about
waiting.
6 hours. It's going to be about 3 our time, probably somewhere around there.
3. Okay. All right. Y'all have an amazing day, Joe. Thanks for having me on.
Yo, amazing first person. An amazing first person to have here. She's an advocate for lupus. So that was like the perfect first person to have up. But right now, we're going to go talk to Mike Bell. And Mike Bell suffered through hydrocephalus. If my damn battles will work. There it goes. Mike Bell. Yes, love some Julie. Right, Chrissy? Julie's fucking awesome. Dana, hello. All right, let's see how long Mike Bell's about it. And he suffers from hydrocephalus, so I might have to go in there and tell him to check his battles.
Joe, how are you?
Mike Bell's a pothead, and he suffers from hydrocephalus, so I might have to go tell him to check his battles.
All right, buddy. I'm busy right now. You'll be okay.
Oh, that's one thing about me, guys. Anything I'll say when someone's not here, I will tell them.
What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just playing a little bit of games. Move this out of the way.
Yeah, move all that
There we
junk
go.
out of the way.
Move all that junk out the way.
Whoa,
Now-
he's moving. He's floating around. Whoa. Wait. Hold up. You think you're the only one that can do some shit like that?
Yeah, you can do shit too. It's not a big deal.
Whoa!
Oh, look how trippy it is.
No, but how you doing, though?
Doing good, man. Doing real well. Just streaming and glad to be here with you for that invisible illness awareness.
So, you suffer from hydrocephalus.
I did, yes. Back in 2007, I started having the most incredible headaches that I've ever had in my life. Like stuff that was like so intense that it would like bring me to my knees because it would hurt so bad.
Yes.
But I
And
went to different
with
doctors.
my condition, severe headaches are the main symptom. So I can relate to those headaches.
Yeah.
These are headaches that made me nauseous. They brought me
Absolutely,
to-
same thing. I was
Like the only
incredibly-
way I can get rid of them was to get in a the darkest room in the house, cover my eyes with a cold, wet towel, and hope to fall asleep and wake up without it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about this whole thing is that the doctors misdiagnosed me. Several doctors misdiagnosed me.
How long did you go misdiagnosed?
I went to 4 separate doctors before I was finally sent out by another doctor for a CT scan. And the CT scan came back, and like they called me into the hospital like immediately. They're like, we need you to get to the hospital right now because you've got a mass on your brain as well as fluid on your brain. I didn't know what it was called at the time.
Your hydrocephalus was due to a brain tumor.
Yeah, due to the brain tumor. The hydrocephalus was due to a brain tumor. I actually underwent emergency surgery that night, and they placed an emergency shunt in to relieve some of the pressure. Unfortunately, the drainage did not go as planned, and I ended up having a hemorrhage, subdural hematoma, because my brain kind of pulled away too quickly and
For those of you who don't know what a shunt is a mechanism that's put in the brain to drain the cerebral spinal fluid. So Mike had one put in, and it wasn't draining it enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's wasn't draining it enough, but then they put it in, and it drained too quickly, and my brain pulled away from the walls of the skull and hemorrhaged. So I had to have another emergency surgery where they actually
she assisted in a surgery placing a shunt for that.
They cut all the way around here and peeled my scalp back and basically cut all the way around my skull, popped the top of my skull off, and they fixed the subdural hematoma, luckily saving my life. But
Dan is asking if
that wasn't the only one. Like after that, I had a endoscopic third ventriculostomy. It's something that rather than having a shunt, there were doctors that wanted to place a permanent shunt, and this other doctor, he said, "Okay, we could do this procedure called third ventriculostomy." And now, what that is, they take burr hole and they go in through the wall of the third ventricle and make a burr hole. So it allows the cerebral spinal fluid, or CSF, to bypass the blockage that was causing the hydrocephalus in the first place.
So Dana wants to know, did you experience vision loss?
Well, the vision problems didn't begin until probably my 5th or 6th surgery. So I had
How many surgeries did you have?
I've had 9 brain surgeries in total. So 9 brain surgeries and 30 treatments of radiation therapy. And that was all in order to put brain cancer into remission. And my brain cancer has been in remission for almost 6 years now.
So how old were you when you were diagnosed?
I was 23. And that song, "Nobody Likes You When You're 23." It's
how long?
Really don't.
So how long did it take you to diagnose from when the symptoms started?
Geez, it was several months before. Like every day, I was vomiting and feeling like trash, basically, and the doctors didn't understand it. They're like, "Oh, well, hey, this is just a sinus infection. Here, we're gonna put you on some antibiotics, and here's some hydrocodone so you could feel a little better." It's like, okay,
yeah, and that's going to be a trend of all the conversations we have, you guys. The doctor's going to the easiest answer.
Well, it's
So
because
now
it makes
in hindsight,
like
in
in
hindsight,
medicine, like doctors have to be that way because, like, you think about it. Don't go looking for a zebra when you got to be looking for a horse.
in hindsight, though, how far back, looking back, how far back do your symptoms actually go?
Not sure. It was undiagnosed, so like it wasn't until I started having severe symptoms that that's when I realized something was
Yeah,
up.
but knowing more about your condition, I mean, a few months isn't all it was. It had to be years back that you started exhibiting symptoms.
No,
I mean, like for me,
no, it wasn't. It was only like a short period of time, like a couple months maybe, and then like something was like seriously wrong. I don't know if the brain tumor was there, like, and just growing, and it never caused me any issues, but like it was at that point that's what made me realize that I had something wrong, and like the scans backed that up.
All right. So how?
Yeah, and then it's recur. That's why I've had so many brain surgeries, is because of the recurring. It would recur. It's recurred so many times.
So the tumor keeps on coming back?
Yeah. So like the last surgery that I had was in 2015 in summer, and they.
It's been what, 6 years?
My surgeon was super aggressive, like super aggressive, like took out lots of stuff, but you know, it kind of like messed with my eyes. I suffered a epidural hematoma because of it. That's like another brain bleed, and but.
Small town wants to know if there's
I'm just like, you got to be thankful for every day that you are alive, because you never know when it's going to be your last day. You never know. Just like enjoy every day.
Yeah, live life to the
Their
full.
name for the tumor. It's called juvenile pilocytic astrocytoma.
Yeah, what he said.
Cheers, man.
Oh, you drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I just finished my alcohol. Might go grab a beer here in a minute.
It's like a beer and a smoke. So hopefully you don't mind if I smoke weed on your show.
I don't care. You got medical excuses, okay? You're always
Fuck yeah. I smoke weed every day, all day long, and
Yo,
weed
this guy.
You know
This
what?
guy, he fucking
Actually-
vaporizes his weed into a bag and fucking like.
Well, I'm doing a dab right now because I feel like doing that. But sometimes,
Mike has a show every Wednesday. It's Weird Science, as you can see up there. I enjoy it. I pop in as often as I can. I mean, I'm kind of a nerd.
yeah, that's good because I am a nerd.
Science
I'm like,
experience.
God bless Mike so much.
You know what makes me mad?
Hey,
Mike,
thank you.
You know what fucking grinds my gears right now?
What really grinds my gears?
My son is 15 years old,
Okay.
and he has not had a science project yet.
What?
Yes. My
What
son's
kind of
15.
weird science? I do everything that has to do with science. So my main business is physics. I like
Well,
physics.
the last experiment he did was trying to show the radiation from the sun, right?
Yeah, for sure. I actually built a cloud chamber. If you don't know what that is, it's just basically it's a cloud that's made from alcohol, and it allows you to see the atmospheric particles or the cosmic radiation that's coming in through the atmosphere. So you can see the alpha particles,
He
beta
might be a very
particles.
intelligent guy.
And everybody here please hit me with that favorite, and also smash that favorite button on Joe. He's a good guy. I like.
Why ain't shit?
how
Why ain't
people
shit? Don't worry about me.
I'll worry about whatever I want to worry about, Joe.
But Mike is a very intelligent guy, and that's the whole purpose of today. You don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah, it's like I look a little bit fucked up, I guess. A little bit fucked up. It's like my eyes.
I mean,
okay, watch my eyes.
a little bit. A little bit. Now, infants with hydrocephalus, they will have no control over their eyes. They'll look down all the time. They can't control. They can't bring their eyes up.
Yeah, no, it's hard for me.
Because I was making trivia questions on all the conditions. That's one of the things I like.
It's hard to look down. Like, it's hard to do anything with my eyes because, I've had a lot of eye surgeries. Unfortunately, it hasn't gotten it perfect, but I'm alive. So that's pretty much all that matters. That's what I focus on. I don't focus on the negatives. I try to stay focused on the
you wake up and you thank God for waking up.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be grateful for every day that you walk on this earth. It's a blessing, and you got to just try to stay positive because
and I feel like people that go through stuff like we go through. I feel people that go through the pain and suffering we go through can appreciate the day more.
Yes, my show is on here. It's called Weird Science. And it's every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Joe has seen it. He's a big fan. He's a bouncer over my stream. So if you like following Joe, you'll like following me. I'm a super nerd, probably king of the nerds. And you'll definitely have a fun time when you turn out.
Yeah, I love science. I love experiments. And Mike
dab.
He does.
So just so you wonder what I'm doing.
His show is featured. So every Wednesday, what time is it at?
3 p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern.
3
p.m. Eastern. He will be the top trending spot. He'll be the top
trending it's easy to find me. I'm that purple box. I believe it's purple for all the platforms.
Yeah, the one I didn't get because I lost my voice for 3 weeks.
Well, Joe, it's all right. You gotta stop shouting so much.
No, I didn't tell you about that.
Give your vocal cords a rest, or stop smoking cigarettes. That's what you should do.
No, I had a polyp on my vocal cord.
Mm-hmm.
They had to surgically remove it. The growth on my vocal cord was so large that it was touching the opposite side of the vocal cord, which took all the bass out of my voice. Spin that shit around. But let's see, who do we have up next? We have Special K coming up next.
So, how would you like to see an experiment?
What was that?
Want to see an experiment?
Well, you have 3 minutes because we'll do one more rematch.
Well, have you ever wondered how clouds are formed?
Not really, but I am now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you how clouds are formed. So, excuse me. All right. So I have a 2-liter bottle here, and I should probably turn off my chroma key because it's annoying. There we go. Okay, so I have a bottle, 2-liter bottle with water in it, and shake it up, right? And there's no cloud in there. That's because water vapor is in the air all the time. But in order for a cloud to form, it needs something to precipitate on. So it needs some kind of dust or dirt or whatever, smoke, anything like that to form around, and then it's able to kind of condense into a cloud when certain conditions are met. Those conditions are a drop in atmospheric pressure. So you have a simultaneous drop in atmospheric pressure and a precipitate. So what I'm going to do to simulate a precipitate is just like this match. Drop that in there.
La Luna, thank you.
And go ahead and tighten that. And then watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the bottle to imitate higher pressure, and then I'm going to let go, and it's going to be like a drop in pressure. Ready?
Oh, wow.
And you can do this multiple times.
Yeah, I see it. Mike Bell, y'all, the science guy. Better than Bill Nye.
Better than Bill Nye.
Who needs Bill Nye when you have Mike F. Bell? Bill Nye's old.
And Mike F. Bell is a badass who's smooth sweet on camera.
Mike F. Bell's a fucking nice guy who's a pothead. So he can think of better experiments than Bill Nye.
Yep. Because what entertains me will definitely entertain
came when I
you.
was high. Okay? My best inventions came when I was fucking high. Okay? I'll have to share offline because I don't want to tell everyone my inventions I've done. But I'll have to share offline some of the inventions I've come up with when I was high.
For sure. But anyway, it was great speaking with you. And
Skydiver has a question for you real quick.
yeah. What's up?
You got 30 seconds, Skydiver.
McLovin, what's up? Thank you.
He saw a video of you adding baking soda to tequila.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd want to drink that much of a neutralizing thing like.
That sounds like alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Love you, Mike.
Just deal with the alcohol.
Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you.
Live long and prosper.
There we go. Another amazing story. And the trend you guys will see is it's often overlooked. These conditions are misdiagnosed so much because they're rare. So doctors don't even think about going to them. They don't even think about looking for them. My condition used to affect 1 in 1,000 people. Now, because it can be hereditary, it affects 1 in 100. Or maybe it's just more people came forward. My condition's mainly affects females. Men to have Chiari malformation is rare. And that's the reason I'm doing this small town. I mean, if I heard someone tell my story that I'm going to tell, it would help me get diagnosed a lot sooner. Because I would have gone to my doctor and I'd be like, hey, I heard someone talking about this condition, and it sounds a lot like me. And I would have had my doctor check me for it. And there's another thing. So when I was 30, I was watching TV, and an AndroGel commercial came on, and it started listing off the symptoms of low testosterone. And as the symptoms were going, I'm like, yeah. And then I went to my doctor. I'm like, hey, doc, can you test my testosterone? He's like, oh, you're 30 years old. Your testosterone is going to be through the roof. You don't need that. I'm like, doc, I'm paying for the test. Just do it. So he did it, and he came back to me, and he's like, "Well, you know what? You were right. My testosterone levels were rock bottom." And I've always been a man's man, so you could never tell. You would never be able to tell that I had low testosterone. I've always had fucking hair. I had hairy chest, hairy everything. But you could never tell that I would have low testosterone. It was the fatigue, the pain threshold. I mean, there were so many things I should have told me, but because I have so many other things going on in my body, it was masked. So, I mean, from there, 3 years later, I was diagnosed with my condition. And I always said, since I was diagnosed, I'm like, you know what? It's been 23 years, 16 doctors. I need to make a voice. I need to have a voice for this. I need to try to help someone to not go through what I've been through. In my personal life, on my social media, I advocate all the time for my condition. When I came on here, I just wanted to be liked for me. I didn't want to have anyone following me or gifting me because of what I've been through. And that's why I keep on saying, this event is not about diamonds. It's not about gifts or any of that shit. It's about a voice. It's about touching people and reaching people. And hopefully, hopefully, getting someone to ask the right questions to our doctor. I'm going to run and see if we do have beers in the fridge. And then I'm going to battle Special K. But until then, let's play the song. This is a song that helped me get through losing my father, who died before I was diagnosed, the asshole. All these things I do keep you close to me. And every day's another day from what we used to be. And I don't know what I've been thinking, cause this is much like hell. These days like this, I must insist I'm not doing so well. Oh no, get lost in you, like you know I often do. And I wonder if you're proud of me, if you can hear me shout at me. I need to kill this doubt at me for good. So help me now, so let you go. Think about these last 10 years and what they've done to me. All right, and I don't think I have one beer because it's just not fun to me. What if I just kill myself and never look again? Could you make your way back through the darkness and meet me at the end? Oh no, get lost in you, like you know I often so we're going to talk to Special K. And I wonder if you're proud of me, if you can hear me shout at me. I need to kill this doubt at me for good. So help me now, to let you go, so I can live, so I can live. And I guess Special K is not large. Oh no, get lost Daniels appearing to flick out on this. Like you know I often do. And I wonder if you're proud of me, if you can hear me shout at me. I need to kill this out in me for good. So help.
Hello.
There she is. Hello. So,
What's up?
look at this beautiful fucking woman. Look at this beautiful woman. You would never be able to look at this woman and tell that she suffers worse than I do. Because not only does she have my condition, Not only does she have the same condition as me, but she has spinal bifida. Oh, you're freezing.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's a cute freeze. There it goes.
And a tethered cord and
Tethered cord syndrome.
hydrocephalus.
Ooh, and terrible internet.
Uh-oh, it's lagging. I can't understand you. I think that's probably me.
Terrible internet. That's what I said.
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you. Can you hear us?
And I can't see comments either. Okay, what? I didn't hear anything you just said, basically.
Can you hear me now?
What was that?
Oh my God. Your internet's terrible.
The Wi-Fi is trash. Yes.
Go knock on McDonald's door and
Okay.
tell them to reset their router.
Yeah, it's super laggy. I think it's better now, maybe. Alexa,
Peruvian, hello. Dilo, hello.
maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Yes, I
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me now? Oh, shit. Bye.
But my comments haven't caught up yet, I don't think.
Okay, then. This is awkward. All right. Let me jump into her live.
Okay, is it better? Maybe.
Yes, it's a lot better.
Okay, good.
You got out. You got off the Dollar General Wi-Fi. Okay, we got it. You're better off using McDonald's Wi-Fi rather than Dollar General.
Thank you, small town. Probably. I almost considered shutting my Wi-Fi off, but I only have 2 bars, so I don't know whether that'll be better.
How are you today? I was totally clowning you the whole time.
I'm good. How are you? I'm sure
I'm
you
good.
were.
Daddy Pool, what's up, buddy?
Thank
So,
you.
I
I
mean,
have
we
you
talked
saved
to
already,
Julie Baby
Daddy.
about lupus. Then we talked to Mike F. Bell about hydrocephalus.
And I missed it.
And this is the one that's closest to me because it's Chiari.
Yes.
I'm
I
saving
also
my
have
story until the end.
hydrocephalus, though. Thank you, Daddy.
I'm saving my story until the end. So for people to hear about Chiari from someone else would be great. I mean,
You
I
know
would
more
love to
about
hear
it
your
than I did
perspective.
and you've known about your condition before I did.
Wait, when were you
I
diagnosed?
had 2 years ago, and I've had
Oh,
it
2
since I
years.
was born. And
Oh,
I've
yeah. I
had
mean, most of
probably
us have.
20 between
Now-
like MRIs and CAT scans on my brain.
There's
And
two ways to get
not
Chiari
one doctor
malformation.
said anything.
You're born with it,
Right.
or you could have head trauma.
Yes. It's
Her and I were
I
born
have
with it.
type 2. I have type
type
2,
2.
so that's almost exclusively with the type of spina bifida that I have. I
Yeah.
think that there's like a few cases that you can get it when you don't have spina bifida, but it's mostly people with spina bifida that have the type 2.
Well, so everyone
But
knows
that means
there's,
that I've had it since I
there's
was
different
born.
types of Chiari malformation. There's 0, 1, 2, 3,
Thank
and 4.
you.
And it's all judged by the
Right.
size of the herniation. So I have type 1. My herniation
even-
is 11 millimeters.
I don't even know what my herniation is yet. I have to have another scan to figure that out because when it originally got diagnosed, they were checking my hydrocephalus.
So you have
And
hydrocephalus too?
I was the one, yes, I was born
Oh
with
wow.
that. So when I was born, that's a common thing with spina bifida too. But they didn't know whether I had hydrocephalus right at birth. So they waited and to see like what my brain was going to do, see if my head was growing. So when I was like 5 days old, they realized that I had hydrocephalus too. So they placed a shunt. And then I was in the hospital for like a month and a half. And then my mom got sent home with me finally. And about a couple days later, she started realizing that my head was getting bigger. So she was measuring it every single day, and it was going up by 2 centimeters every day. And she kept calling. And what up, Kales? A public health nurse was coming to the house every day too, and so she would measure my head too. And she kept telling my mom, "You need to call the hospital. Something's wrong." So my mom would call the hospital every single day and say, like, her head is growing. This isn't normal. Like, something's wrong. I need to take her in. And they were like, "Oh, she's fine. You don't need to take her in." And finally, somebody told her, "You need to call and tell them," or like seem frantic and tell them that something is definitely wrong. And so she did, and they were like, "Okay, bring her in." And so she left me at the hospital that day. Thank you. And the next morning, they called my mom and were like, "You need to come to the hospital right now." And she was like, "Well, we're on our way to church. We were going to go after church." And they were like, "No, you need to come now. She's being rushed into surgery." Because in the middle of the night, I guess I started showing other symptoms. I was like arching my back and my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. And it was to the point where it could have caused brain damage and stuff. So they placed another shunt, and then I was in the hospital recovering. And as my mom was leaving the hospital, the doctor that placed my original shunt stopped my mom and was like, "Oh, what type of surgery did she have?" So my mom told him that I had my shunt replaced that he had placed. And he goes, "You're pressing the button on the back of her shunt multiple times a day, aren't you?" And she was like, "No." And she thinks that sounds weird. So she goes home and she calls the neurosurgeon office and was like, "I was told that I was supposed to press her shunt over and over multiple times a day." And they were like, "No, that would suck her ventricles up into her shunt because the fluid would be gone, and then it would suck my ventricles up and either kill me or give me brain damage." So that doctor ended up being fired for being on drugs. But he was like trying to get my mom to give me brain damage.
Fuck.
And he placed my original shunt, so I don't know if he like placed a faulty shunt on purpose. Because it shouldn't have malfunctioned within.
This one thing about today. You have to be your own advocate. And if you have children, you are their advocate.
What up, Nate? Thank you, Kales. Thank you.
Because doctors don't always know what you think they know.
Facts. I was the one who... What up, Swirl? I was the one who brought up my Chiari malformation, actually, because I didn't even know what it was. And I was on a spina bifida thing on Facebook, and everybody was talking about how it was common with it. And so I looked up the symptoms and I was like, yo, I have like almost all of these. So
yeah, and I've been telling you a story about testosterone. I was watching TV and I saw a commercial come up for androgen, and it was listing off the symptoms of low testosterone.
Thank you.
And I was like, yeah. And I went to my doctor and I told him, "Hey, doc, can you take my testosterone?" He's like, "Oh, you're 30 years old. It's going to be through the roof. You don't need that." I'm like, "Doc, I'm paying for it. Just do it." He did it, and he came back to me like, "You were right. My testosterone levels were rock bottom."
That's wild.
And it's because I've been taking opioids most of my life.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, things you
Opioids
eat and stuff can affect that as well. Like soy mimics estrogen in your body, which can, if you have too much estrogen, it can lower your testosterone. I have PCOS too, so I have
the only soy I do is soy sauce.
Yeah, me too. And I've been using liquid aminos actually instead of soy sauce for the most part because of PCOS. But that's another illness that I have.
So you're a doctor's worst nightmare.
Yes. So that
And probably man's
hospital
worst
ended up
nightmare.
being shut down because there were so many doctors on drugs there.
Thank
Like,
God
they
I'm the
just
wrong
closed the
skin
whole
tone.
hospital. Why? Where was
I threw her off right there. I threw her way off right there.
You did. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you for the favorite. What are you doing, Jay?
Anyways,
But,
Jay, what's up, bro?
so,
But yeah,
So,
so you were 5 years old when you were diagnosed with
no,
hydrocephalus.
25. Wait, no. I was 5 days old with hydrocephalus.
5 days old. Okay.
Yes. So they placed the
You
first
were
shunt.
25 when
Other shunt.
you were 25 when you were diagnosed with Chiari.
I was 25 when I was diagnosed with a tethered cord, which they
Okay.
should have known since I was born because they did closed my spina bifida. So they should have seen it then. And it's not in my chart anywhere. Didn't tell my mom about it. So I had no idea until I ended up having another surgery. And he was like, oh, by the way, while I was back there, I realized you have a tethered cord. Now it's been too long. It was 25 years at that point of my spinal cord being pulled and stretched. So there's
Yeah.
too much damage to release it.
To do anything about it.
Yes. So it'll just keep getting worse. That's why you
Yeah,
need
and
to
that's
be
the
your own
thing. I
advocate
mean,
and do your own research.
doctors don't look for the rare conditions.
Exactly. Even if they're common with what you already have, if they're not well educated.
Well, I mean, that goes with
And-
the low testosterone for me. I mean, my doctor
Mhm.
should have thought about it because he was the one prescribing me the painkillers. So he should have thought about, like, wait, okay, he might be right because opioids lower testosterone.
Yes.
He
small
should have
town.
thought about that.
My whole body's in pain every day, to be honest. And that's another thing about invisible illnesses. Like, yeah, my spina bifida is visible because I'm on crutches and I walk different and stuff. But all the other things, like there's visible like symptoms, but you don't realize all the other stuff that's going on the inside of people's bodies that they don't speak about or don't mention. Like brain fog with Chiari, memory issues. And it's to the point, like I've told, like after I found out about Chiari, and hydrocephalus can cause like brain issues too, like memory and problems like with math and stuff. But it's been to the point where I've expressed these symptoms with boyfriends or somebody I was dating, and eventually they would use it against me. Like, oh, your memory is trash. That's not what happened.
Yep.
Like gaslighting me.
My wife calls me Dory
It's not funny.
because my memory is shit.
So is mine. And I can't help it. But
Like I
there
can't
is
remember what I
things
had for
where
dinner
I
last
can
night.
fucking remember.
I can't remember what I
Wow,
had for dinner
Jay.
last night. Like,
Me either. But there
Wait,
will
who's
be
Jay
things that
again?
I am 100%
You know this guy,
do
Jay?
remember. And they'll be like, no, that's not the way that happened. You know your memory is trash. That's not what happened.
hey, for everyone in here, Jay is actually my little brother.
Yes, everybody should favorite him. Everybody favorite Joe too.
He doesn't go live. Why favorite him?
I don't care. Because he's a great person. D-Lo.
D-Lo's like, no, I won't favor that fucker.
By the way, Jay, your girlfriend's really pretty.
She's all right. No, we all went to SeaWorld together. I met her.
Oh,
And you know what pisses me off about SeaWorld, Jay? You want to know what fucking grinds my gears about SeaWorld? I didn't get to fucking take a selfie with a sloth.
They have a sloth there?
They have a sloth there.
What? I need to go.
They have a fucking sloth at SeaWorld that you could pet and take a selfie with.
And you
But
didn't
the whole
get a
time we were
selfie?
there, I made it known that I wanted to fucking go see the sloth.
Thank you.
But no one else wanted to go see the sloth. So everyone wanted to go on rides. Everyone wanted to do other shit. And my sister's like, oh, well, they close at 10. I'm like, no, the sloth's going to go to sleep before 10.
What up, nighttime?
And sure enough, when we finally went to go see the sloth, it was closed.
I guess you're going to have to go again. Bear.
Bear, what's up, baby?
Oh, Bear. Hi, Bear. I was like, why is he saying bear?
She's like, Joe doesn't have the bear out right now. Why is he saying bear?
What is that?
How you doing, love?
Oh, a sloth. That does not even look like a sloth on my screen.
What? What?
She
Is that a
put the
sloth?
sloth emoji, and I couldn't tell what it was.
Even on the computer, that looks like fucking like a fist going like this.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like on my screen.
So, spinal bifida, tether cord syndrome, and Chiari.
And PCOS
What's
and
PCOS?
hydrocephalus. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. Kind of along the lines of endometriosis, but it's cysts on your ovaries.
Yeah,
I didn't
endometriosis
get diagnosed with.
the lining of the uterus growing on the outside.
Right.
So
I
what
didn't
you
get-
had was a cyst growing on the uterus.
Multiple, yes. And they can
Multiple
rupture and cause a whole bunch of issues. But I've had, not to get like too TMI, but I've had normal periods my whole life, like pretty easy. I mean, my cramps are pretty bad, but other than that, like they were always regular. And I went through a kind of stressful relationship, and all of a sudden I had my period 3 times within 45 days. And
I mean, I
had
think
to-
I know the relationship you're talking about. Do I?
No, not that one. It was before
Oh.
this. I do, small town. I have at least 3, if not 4. But so it was to the point where I had to go home and change my fucking pants from work because there was so much. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Jay Taryn, give us a second. Let's
Then,
finish talking. And
All of a sudden, I was
my
having
God,
panic
Thompson.
attacks every single day. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Daniel,
the
you
first
here
time it
yet?
happened. I almost called the ambulance because I thought it was dying. And then I was in the shower washing my hair, and all of a sudden I'm losing all my hair. Like it's just falling out in clumps. Had no idea what was
All
going
right, we'll
on.
do one more.
Okay. And
Because damn Daniel was supposed to be here to perform for us.
okay.
He's not here yet.
And then hey, you didn't press the button.
I did.
Well, it won't.
Oh, there it goes.
There.
I clicked it like
Um,
5 fucking times.
Then I woke up, like my skin is pretty clear. I woke up overnight and literally my whole forehead was covered in acne. So finally I went to the doctor and they ran a bunch of tests and found out that my hormones were all over the place and I have cysts on my ovaries and my whole reproductive system is all screwed up.
Yeah. Sorry, I was texting someone. Well, I was texting
you're
damn Daniel because he's supposed to come up and do some freestyle for us.
Oh, I
gotta lighten
better
the
go get
mood.
my other device so I can come in there. I'm better than I was. My hormones are under control. I did research. I'm not on any medication for it, but I did research how to
Yeah,
control it.
and
with,
any
like,
dude, no,
diet and
woman
supplements.
like with their hormones out of whack, you don't want to fuck with that.
No, and I was on birth control for years before I knew that I had PCOS, and every single one of them would make me like act fucking crazy. Like I'd go from laughing
Thank
to
you for the
crying
favor,
to
Holly.
yelling at somebody. To
Hang
be
around,
happy.
Holly. Don't leave yet.
Can somebody kick that person, please?
Oh,
D'Lo
Hey,
or Joe, if you're still over here.
what the fuck is. Yo,
Thank you.
Taryn, you said you needed help.
Yeah, and he's in a streamer's stream trying to get help.
I
I
mean,
think he just wanted attention.
I don't dismiss anyone, especially with what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Maybe he's going through some of the same stuff, but all the extra shit you just put, bye.
I think he was just trying to take the attention off of what we were talking about,
Fuck him.
basically. What time is your
But he's white,
Your
so
little segment.
You won't do that.
what time is your segment?
I'm going to be doing my story around 3.
3 Eastern.
3, well,
3 your time?
6 Eastern. 6 Eastern.
Okay, so 5 my time. I'm gonna come over there for that. Who's after me?
I have Damn Daniel coming up to perform.
And then
And then,
thank you, small town.
and then
I need to
Ambition's
message you, by
supposed
the
to be
way.
up.
Because I finally got my Millie.
So Ambition's supposed to be up after the performance from Dan Daniel.
Okay. Everybody
And then
favorite.
after that,
though.
Jessica Rabbit. And we'll have Abdul, who's a professional singer. He's going to do a performance.
Oh shit.
And then Flex, Smiley Fox, if she shows up, because I haven't heard anything from her. And then me.
Uh-oh. Okay. Everybody go check out the rest of the people talking in his stream.
But I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Love you, girl.
Thank you for doing this. Love you. I'll be over
And I'll
there in a
talk to you
little
later.
while.
Another amazing story. I gotta get back into my life so I can hear myself. Because I like hearing myself. Who's all still with us? Hit that number 1 if you're still here. Razim, brother, I'm happy you're here because I want you to know that you are not alone through this. There's a lot of us out here that deal with everything we deal with. I appreciate small time. But the thing about chronic conditions is you can't let it rule your life. You learn to live with it. You learn to, oh my God, let me shut this window. Because this guy's phone, this guy does not know how to use even the speakerphone. Like, why the fuck do you have to use speakerphone outside someone's window? Like, really? Yeah, and I mean, I'm hoping that enough people will listen to maybe we'll help someone. Maybe we'll help someone realize, like, okay, this pain I'm dealing with that the doctor said is just muscle spasms, that's not just muscle spasms. If the doctor diagnosed you with muscle spasms is a symptom. Something's causing it. Okay, so Damn Daniel is supposed to be here performing. He's saying you can't find my live. Let me see. If I search SG Joe. Like, bro, we've been talking about this shit for days. You committed. Why aren't you here on time? Queen Blue Eyes, hello. Tyler, what's up, buddy? Well, while we wait on, why did I just close that? Fuck. While we wait on Dan Daniel, for all of you sufferers out there, this is a song that helped me get through a lot of dark days. If my mouse would work. He's looking for Shotgun Joe. Yo, bro, we had 3 people so far that shared amazing stories. What do you suffer through, Small? My mouse work. I'm about to fucking beat my mouse up. Well, I have 4 monitors. You ever see my setup, Jay? I'll send you a picture. So this is a song that helped me get through some pretty dark days. Damn, Daniel, hello?
Looking back at the beginning of this and how life was, just you and me and loving all of our friends, living life like an ocean. But now the current's only pulling me down. It's getting harder to read. It won't be
Daniel,
too
you
long
ready?
and I'll be going under. Can you save me from this? Cause it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything
Hi,
I
Christy.
know. Ooh, but I won't go. I look ahead to all the
Well,
plans
I want you to do while you're driving.
and the dreams that we had. I'm in a world that tries to take them away. Oh, but I'm taking them back. 'Cause all this time I've just been too blind to understand what should matter to me.
Thank you for coming through, Cookie.
My friend, this life we live, it's not what we have. It's what we believe, and it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. but it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a real need.
But Daniel, whenever you're safe,
Now I know that this
hop
could
the box.
be the end of me. Everything I know. But I won't go. I won't go. There might be more than you. There might be more than you. And there might be more than you can see. But it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. But it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a will in me. And now it's gonna show. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. Oh, there might be more than you. There might be more than you. And there might be more than you can see. But I won't go. No, I won't
Bishop,
go down.
Truck home, man. Daniel, are you safe?
I was wrong to say I loved her. I was wrong to think I'm right. When I told her it was over, oh my darling, I had lied. I've been running from my demons, afraid to look behind. I've been running from myself, afraid of what I'd find.
Misasi, are you here?
How am I supposed to love you when I don't love who I am? And how can I give you all of me when I'm only half a man? 'Cause I'm a sinking ship that's burning, so let go of my
Oh, you like the
hand.
song, Bear?
Oh, how can I give you all of me when I'm only half a man? Now I'm stuck in this hotel room by a cold neon light, and I've been waiting for an answer, but it won't come tonight. And every bottle I had stolen,
Damn, Daniel.
shattered on the floor.
What's up, brother?
What's broken can't be whole anymore.
Barry, you can check out the room right now. Sorry about that, y'all. How's it going?
You're good, you're good.
How am I?
I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, sorry about that little
I've
delay.
always admired your skill.
Means a lot. Means a lot. Yesterday I was actually shooting a little
And
video, so I was just been a little caught up, man. I'm sorry I was a little late today, man. I had to pull over right here and make this happen for y'all, though, man. Let's get it.
if any of you don't know Damn Daniel, he's a freestyle master.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
He's about to bless us with some of his skill right now. So make sure you hit that favorite. You still do Freestyle Fridays?
Of course.
Every Friday, he does Freestyle Fridays, where he brings artists that freestyle in his box, and they spit it.
Yeah, if you guys want to support me, maybe check my Instagram. There's a link to my Spotify. We reached 46,000 views. My YouTube music
I'm
video
one
about
of
it. So it's about to be done.
them.
Let's get it.
All right, man. So what you got for us?
Just a little freestyle for y'all, man.
All right, you guys, put some words out in the chat, and he'll jump off of it.
Today's about awareness. I'm having fun. What? Times no be tough. Hold up, you know we just from the rough. You know I'm just from the mud. You know we just gotta get up. Yeah, good vibes, positive energy. We gotta be aware of everyone who all up on the stream. We gotta be aware of everyone. We love the family. You already know we having fun. I gotta work and reach my dreams. I'm aware of my boy Joe. Yeah, let him know. I'm aware of everyone. Yeah, the freestyle Joe. I'm aware everyone. I gotta reach that top, and I stay next to my family cause I just love my pops and it's a blessing. My pops, he's 77, and I need to be a legend before he up heaven, cause you know that's so true. This is really what we do, and I'm aware of my boy. No, I appreciate you. We got Jay. I'ma flip it and go bananas. No, I'm working for my dream. You know I will get it, y ya lo saben, prioridad de tener un gran equipo brasileño sólido. Te dijo que soy un latino, I'ma mix it real quick. I'm aware of my peeps, I'm aware of everyone, I'm aware of family, I'm aware of everyone that really bring good energy. And sometimes you already know some people really can't sleep, cause they think really, sometimes you just lose hope, but you know the grass is greener on the other side, Joe. Let them know. Having fun. Soccer game, I went pro, but now I'm just on my lot, really perfecting my flow. This is my boy Joe. Awareness just for the peeps. It's not easy to come through and pull up the live stream. It's not easy to show everyone really where you from. Not done. Damn D, you already know I'm from the slums, but I'm aware that times will get better, and I'm aware. You know that we are so clever, and I'm aware of my peeps. You know I love my family, and everyone put them hands up if you riding with me. Y ya te dijo, mujeres e mis amigos, le llevo ao paraíso brasileiro. Sou liso, sempre vou estar contigo. Gosto de vocês, nesse vivo, mulher vem mais de 3. E é igual xadrez. Hands up for them good times, hands up for them good lines, hand up for them good lives. You know that we straight high. Hold up, I never hide no emotions. Damn D, you know I'm in this motion. Damn D, in the sky I'm floating, working hard, I'm in that motion. Smooth, no lotion, talk to you. Everyone in their room, work for your dreams, they come true. I'm working hard, yeah, I'm chilling with my dude. I'm aware of everyone who's right here in the room.
Yo, damn Daniel, y'all heard it. He spits it, freestyle, all the fucking time.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, brother, man. It means a lot, man. It's real dope what you doing right here. Real dope what you doing right here, man.
When I started fucking with you, I was White Boy Steve.
I remember.
I had like 300 followers.
I remember, bro. I really appreciate you, man. I'm happy to see you right here as a streamer grow and everything like that, man. And I like what you're doing right here with this awareness, man. Shout out to you, man. And
I mean, it's something close to me because when I started on the app, I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted people to like me for me. I didn't want them to like me or gift me and all that shit out of sympathy because of what I've dealt with.
Of course.
But now that I'm not going to say I'm big. I'm up there. I'm well known on the app now as Shotgun Joe. Like I've met top badges in real life, like 10 of them at least. I've met over 40 people in real life, and your ass lives close to me. Still hasn't fucking hung out with me, asshole.
I didn't even know you lived close to me, fam. We got to meet up then. Definitely.
You're in San Fernando, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here by Redondo Beach.
Oh, nice. We got to get.
I saw your picture with fucking Jameson.
Nice. We got to get a drink. We got to get a drink one of these days, man.
Yeah, I met Johnny.
Nice.
But fucking yeah, we got to hang out sometime, man. I appreciate you coming through and doing this, man.
Of course,
I really want to lighten the mood because some of the stories we're hearing of trials and tribulations can be heavy. So I have you coming up, and I also have Abdul. He's coming up too.
Very nice, man. I just want to shout out everyone, man. You know, we all don't know what each other's going through. You know, everyone could be going through their things. So, you know, I like to be aware of everyone's feelings. You never know what you could say that could really set someone off. You know, and I mentioned this on the live stream because obviously, you know, you see bullying, you see a lot of stuff, and it's good to see people like Joe right here, you know, giving recognition and you know, putting that stuff out there because it's not easy to share your emotions, especially as, you know, a streamer, male streamer, you know. So just know that I don't know what you're going through because I can't experience that firsthand, but what I could say is I could be a friend and I could always be there, you know, if you need a vent or you need anything.
Well,
You know, and
I'm going to tell my story for the first time on a live platform at the end of all this.
nice.
So hopefully you're here to hear it.
Of course, bro. I appreciate you, fam. Much love, man. Shout out to everyone, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for performing.
Appreciate you. Valeu.
Like, yes, everyone, favorite Dan Daniel. I fucked with him when I first got on the app before I even streamed. Let's see, is Jessica live? Ambition's ass is alive. I know Jessica's dealing with a lot because she lives in Louisiana and they were hit by the hurricane. So I think she's moving from Louisiana to Texas right now. James, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Jessica's not live. And none of the nurses that said they were going to trivia showed up. Flex is live. Maybe we can let me see. What time was Flex supposed to come on? Flex is supposed to come on after Abdul in an hour. Let's hit up Flex right now and see if he's good. All right, we are going to go talk to Flex. So Flex's struggles is with lupus. And looking at him, you wouldn't be able to tell it. Mr. Flexi Flex.
What up?
How you doing, bro?
How's it going?
Yeah, when I heard you had lupus, I was thrown off, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So
Best.
how old were you when you were diagnosed?
I was probably about, I think, like around 10, 11 years old. Yeah.
So you were diagnosed young.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about your life. Like, how is it dealing with lupus, man? I mean,
it was
it's
hard
a
as
great
a
imitator.
hard as a kid. It was hard as a kid. I was like, I never used to like getting haircuts. Never did. When I was young, I never did. I used to go to school with I lost hair a lot when I was younger. Lost hair. I used to get made fun of at school. I used to always ask my parents, "Can I wear a hat? Or can I put a hoodie on over my head?" The teachers always tell me you can't wear this. You can't wear this in class. You can't wear this in class. I used to run out of the classroom crying. So I got homeschooled until I was probably until maybe third, fourth grade. I didn't want to go to school. Didn't want to be around anybody.
Yeah, because kids.
As I got older, it got worse because I isolated myself for so long. In elementary up to middle school, high school, I always stayed to myself. I dealt with the same thing. It was I couldn't really play sports really like I tried to. It was difficult due to having so much.
Wanted to.
Yeah, so much
Yeah,
muscle
good.
pain and always extra exhausted. I had to play for at least probably 10 to 15 minutes. So
Yeah,
I
I
ended
mean,
up
when I was
playing
12
chess
years old, I
instead.
was called.
Yeah, so I ended up playing chess instead. I didn't really play basketball or football until I got to the age I am now.
Wait, you play chess?
Yeah, I adjusted to it.
Me and you got to find an app where you play some chess on. I got.
Oh yeah, I got trophies for it and everything. Yeah.
Oh shit, you'll keep
I got from my dad when I was younger. So I used to play basketball with a cap on. I didn't even want to show my hair. It's why I always wear a hat or have a beanie on or a little do rag or something. I used to always wear something different with my hair.
Yeah, now he's wearing the meanie hat.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing. Yeah.
I'll never win. Never.
Bambi, what up? But as I got older, I found a way to do it because, like I said, I ended up finding people that went through the same thing as me. So it made me more comfortable to be I'm not the only person that's like that. I never really knew what I was diagnosed with, really, because I was so young, so I didn't really know. And I actually never really looked into it as I got older. I just tend to try to find a way to cope with it instead. But it was.
How old were you when you finally started finding people that were going through the same thing you were going through?
After high school, I actually found out somebody in my family had it.
Oh, wow.
My family had it. And actually on this app too, when I found out a few people had it on here actually too. Because I actually never really talked about it until I was on Jilly's show is when I actually had opened up talking about it for a long time actually. So I actually got really emotional over it and stuff. So it was tough talking about it. Now that I'm doing it for a second
honestly,
time.
Jilly was the one that told me to talk to you.
Yeah.
I
started doing it for a second
time
time again.
Awareness thing. September is the awareness month for my condition. But I didn't want to make it all about me.
Yeah.
There's conditions like lupus, fibromyalgia, all these conditions that share similar symptoms. And they're all often misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
And I wanted to spread awareness about all of them.
You could go back and say.
If you could go back and say to 10 years old,
what would I say?
I mean, fuck their feelings.
Well, yeah, that too. But I would probably tell myself that just know you're not alone in the situation that you dealt with. That there's people out there that do care and would be there for you, and never focus on the ones that didn't care about how you looked or how you was couldn't do certain things. I tell myself to be more confident. And what you was basically born with, you can't control what was given to you. Everybody has things they like to happen to them for a reason. So
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't stress the things that are not in your control.
I always told people that God don't put battles on his weakest soldiers. He put on the people that he know that can handle it and be able to tell the story the way he wanted to be told. I look at it like that.
Well said. So what I mean, are you familiar with spoon theory?
You said what?
Are you familiar with spoon theory?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, that's something we're going to touch later. I mean, I'm going to tell my story at the end of everything, which we first time I've done it on a live platform ever. So I'm kind of avoiding, like, I'm trying to procrastinate on that as long as I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming up and telling your story, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Like when I came on, what age? I was like 10, 11 years old when I found out. Like I said, I never looked into it. I always just knew like the things that happened to me. And people told me it's probably it could be this. Yeah. You know, I never had like the severe stuff that Jessica had or like Jilly had. You know, I had hair loss, but I didn't have like the severe things. I had like, you know, the red, the breakouts, the rashes. I had those, but it wasn't severe like how Jessica showed me photos.
Yeah, lupus is a hit and miss on some.
Yeah, it's a miss. Yeah, but you know, like I said, there's different stages of it. There's different kinds, different strands of it. So I never.
Joe Bass, hello.
Joe Bass, hi, good afternoon. Yeah, so I never looked into it. I always wanted to though, but I never did because I never had the confidence to even talk about it to people, let alone try to research it myself. My daughter has a bad case of lupus, really. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know some people that told me that it did almost cause them to like die. So I was like, that was another fear to me. Like I didn't even want to find out what kind I had. I was like, is this going to be? Is this going to be that?
Savannah, thank you.
Once I found out that people find a way
your
to
experience with lupus is the less severe symptoms.
Yeah, it's a little less severe than anybody else. But the people I came across.
All right, what's up, buddy?
That's what made me also feel like, you know, I can't be so like hard on myself to feel like, you know, people are gonna judge me when it's people that have it worse. You know?
Oh, and I live there every day, man. Like I deal with chronic pain 24/7. But I could have been
everybody
born
knows,
where I
like,
can use my fucking legs.
Stress a lot triggers it a lot. When you're stressed out a lot, it tends to spike a lot. That happens to me.
Yeah.
I had points to where I was so stressed out, I would get up from this chair and then I would just, you know, faint randomly. You know, wake up on his couch with family.
Did you get vaccinated?
Family over and stuff like that. That happened to me recently a lot. Last time I fainted, I hit my head on the table and I had like a huge lump on the side.
Big ass welt.
Yeah, I didn't even know what happened. I just woke up with a really bad headache. You know, swelling takes forever to go away too.
Now I know Jilly had an infusion, so she couldn't be vaccinated. Have you been vaccinated?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I talked to my doctor. They told me like I could be vaccinated if I choose to do it. I just never like crossed my mind because I'm like a homebody person, so I don't really go anywhere. So if I do, I probably go out for like maybe 20, 30 minutes to do like certain things, and that's about it. I do everything online, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bro, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate your struggle.
Yeah,
of course. We go through our struggles so we can help others.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. I mean, my hope is that someone will hear one of our stories and go ask their doctor the right questions.
Yeah, exactly.
I was misdiagnosed for 23 years.
Don't judge the people for the answer that they give. You know, a lot of people. There'll be a lot of people like out somewhere that will judge people for who they are. You know, even with them asking questions. So it's just got to be the right people.
Do one more.
All right.
But yeah, I was misdiagnosed for 23 years by 16 doctors.
Oh wow.
My condition's rare. Lupus affects 1 in 10.
Yeah.
As like 20 years ago, my condition affected 1 in 1,000. Now it affects 1 in 100 because it can be hereditary.
Yeah.
It
is pretty rare for men to have lupus more so than women.
What was that?
I said it is like kind of like more rare that men get lupus than women, you know, because more like.
And funny, the same my condition as well. It's more common in women, but I have a theory. When women will be quick to go and get checked. Men, not so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, I like Razine. Razine, you still here? The first person I met on the app with my condition is Razine. Well, I mean, I met Special K before, but I didn't know she had my condition. But Razine is the first dude I met on the app that has my condition. I think you might have left already. But yeah, whenever I find a guy that has my condition, I'm like, dude, bruh.
Yeah, I know, right? This is crazy.
Like, hey, I see you.
Yeah, it makes you feel more comfortable, like to be able to share a story with a person that goes through the similar things that you go through. It's more better. You can open up easier that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, lupus is often a misdiagnosis for Chiari malformation, which is my condition.
Yeah.
They misdiagnose Chiari malformation for lupus, as well as fibromyalgia and multiple sclerosis. And there's a list of conditions that they look for before they find mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, the doctors would look, because I started having back pain and headaches when I was 10. So they looked at my brain for the headaches. They looked at my spine for the back pain. But the problem was my neck. Chiari malformation, my brain is too big for my skull. So my skull is being forced out of my skull, or my brain is being forced out of the skull into the spinal canal.
Yeah,
So
I
my brain
mean,
is literally herniating from my skull.
Yeah, 'cause I used to have severe headaches too, to the point where I would have nosebleeds. Like I would wake up and like
Oh,
I
I
would
get
like,
nosebleeds.
have, like my pillow would have like filled with blood on it.
Blood
It
all
was
over
like a
it.
really bad headache. Eyes red. Yeah, it was bad. That's when I was younger. Those like subsided after a while. It was bad.
Yeah. Well, everyone, if you don't have Flex favorited, make sure you favorite him.
Yeah, make sure I favorite Shotgun Joe too. He's an amazing person.
I appreciate you doing this, man.
Of course. You know, I keep my word on stuff. You know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you doing this and tell your story, man.
No, I appreciate you giving
This
me
is
the
all
opportunity
about
to do
trying
it.
to spread the word about everything.
You gotta love stuff like this. You know, it's not all about the fancy gifts and all the crazy stuff. Stuff like this
Facts.
is good.
So, another amazing story. Oh, who do we have on next? Smiley Fox. Is she a show or no show? I mean, she made it known that she wanted to talk about fibromyalgia. And, of course, the battles aren't working. There we go. Is she live? Nope, she is not. Who's still here with me? You guys get bored yet? Blaze, what's up, buddy? Just checking on someone. I had 3 people that want to tell their story that didn't show up. Okay. Well, there's 3 people that said they want to tell their story that didn't show up. So let's take a break. Where's Abdul? Where the fuck is Abdul? What time did I have Abdul? 4:30, so 1:30. So he's still got about 12 minutes. Let's see. Let's go talk to someone while we wait. Blaze, what's wrong with your back, bro? Ooh, we can go talk to the beautiful Sarita. This chick is beautiful, dorky, like she's the full package. Might have to go tell her that I'm trying to visit her.
Hello.
Oh, fuck. Why are you so cute?
How are we doing?
I'm doing good. Just taking a little break from the whole awareness thing for a second.
Okay, perfect. How is it going?
It's going good. I mean, I had 3 people that said they were going to show up and didn't.
I'm sorry, that's hard.
But it's okay. I'll make up the time. It's okay.
You still have those people
Actually,
that, they're
more than 3
advocating
people,
for
because I
themselves.
had 3 nurses that were supposed to come and do trivia.
Yeah?
And I spent hours and hours and hours building questions around the conditions
Yeah.
so they can do the trivia for it. And then you show up.
Okay. Well, the thing is, you did it like midday on a Saturday. So that didn't help.
Well, I
either.
did it. That way people on the UK can make it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, that's really sweet of you.
I mean, I wanted to include as many people as I could. And if I did it at night, our time,
Yeah,
the people on the other side of the world wouldn't be able to come through.
got it. Well, I'm glad you're bringing this awareness. I mean, honestly, especially the kind of work I do, I help families get referred to, like, if their child feel like they need to get diagnosed and all that. I'm glad you're
What's up,
doing
VJ? Thank you. Yeah, so how's your day going?
I'm good. If you're being lazy, hanging out, I'm making myself a burger, which I wish I had a
Where's
grill,
mine?
but yeah.
Where's my burger? I want a burger.
Oh, but you think you're special? You think you're special, Boo? Well, how Boo?
Yeah.
Boo.
Actually, I do.
Okay, you are special. You're very special.
My mama says I'm special.
Of course she does. She loves you very much.
Blaze, you have sciatica pain? Sorry to hear that, man. So cooking a burger, looking fucking beautiful. What else are you doing today?
I might go to the state fair or whatever they have here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so get you myself
You're in
a
Texas,
big old
right?
you myself a foot long wiener.
Whoa.
No, I'm in Washington.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
You just look like you're from Texas.
Cowboy ass.
Ooh, hello. Hey, I'm a Taurus, so I'm the sign of the bull. You definitely right.
Oh. I could handle me more than 10 seconds. I could maybe go for 10 seconds. Let's beat a record. Maybe let's go 12.
Ooh. I mean, that's as long as I want to last. So.
Okay, yes.
Joking.
I'm okay with that.
Did you click it? No. Oh. All right. Well, that was a good like mood breaker. I fucking love Sarita. All right, y'all. Well, who's all here? Let me get that number one. Smiley Fox is a no-show. So that's 4 people that said they showed up and they didn't. Including Abdul, that's 5 people. What a shame. I mean, you count on people for their word. Hold on, let me call Abdul. Maybe we can get a performance still. Brother. Yo, what's up, man? Are you going to make it or no? All right. Oh, well, the show already started. I mean, we're coming to the end of it, actually. I had you on schedule 6 minutes from now. Yeah, no, I mean, be safe. Don't do anything that's going to jeopardize your safety. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Bye. All right, so Abdul is out and about right now. So I don't think he's going to have his guitar. But he's a professional singer. So I think he's going to do it a cappella. Okay, it's from mercury poisoning. The people who used to make leather hats used to get because they used mercury. It's not a common thing anywhere. In fact, I don't think they would know how to deal with it. Google it sometime. Okay, wait. What are we talking about? I think whatever you're talking about got wiped off my chat. Let me look at my phone. If you ever have another one of these, I'd be glad to check. I mean, if you want to share now, small, you can. I mean, we don't have that many eyes on this right now, so I imagine that this will be bigger. But you know how it goes. Oh, we're talking about sciatica. Okay, I'm caught up. Not prepared. Okay, so it's just terrible. I only ate a shrimp and a scallop. Whoa, who poisoned you? Your fucking wife poisoned you? That bitch. Sorry. No, sorry. I mean, was she trying to kill you or fuck up your life? That's fucked up, man. Women with their poison, I'll tell you. But, Jay, you're a fool. No, do it, man. Do the spinal tap. If they want to do a test on you, it's because they have hope that they can help you. Okay, so Abdul's not going to make it. So 5 people flaked out on me today. Jason, what's up, buddy? Jason, you want to come up and freestyle for us? The other performer flaked out on me. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Take your time. Be safe. Wait, Lisa knows Jason. Jason knows Lisa. Jason knows my Lisa. Jason, damn Daniel was here earlier. He fucking spit some freestyle for us. But knowing what you've been through, I'm curious to hear how you would freestyle about your situation. Yes, if you don't have Lisa favorited, that's my sister from another mister. So y'all better fucking favorite her. Okay, well, we can play a song. Let's see. Come on, mouse. Work. I think I might need to change battery on my mouse. Oh, here's a good song.
What I'm about to do, I'm sure nobody expected. But that's what I do. Y'all know me. I'm about to release the track.
Here I come, niggas hold me back. Tired of holding back, I'm about to let the dragon attack. Ooh, so get out my way. a new millennium, it's a brand new day. Look out, niggas, look out, niggas. I don't really care, yo, all my niggas. I'm about to let the dragon
Yeah,
out.
Jason's an amazing freestyler. You'll hear him right now.
Don't make me. I know you don't really wanna. Niggas, you hear me? Say, yeah. Shorties, you hear me? Say, yeah. Y'all niggas gon' make me unleash the dragon. I know you don't really wanna unleash the dragon. Niggas, if you hear me? Say, yeah. Shorties,
I'm gonna go
you hear me?
pee.
Say,
I'll be right back.
yeah. So what's the dragon? What's the dragon? When you're tired of hoping, you're styling. Niggas got me pissed like Little Kim, so I'm about to switch to industry again. Yo, hands up, shorty, stand up, shorty. I'm about to shake the whole land up, shorty. We about to let the dragon out. No, 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 no. Niggas gon' make me. I know you don't really wanna. Niggas, you hear me? Say, yeah. Shorties, you hear me? Say, yeah. Y'all niggas gon' make me unleash the dragon. I know you don't really wanna unleash the dragon. Niggas, if you hear me, say, yeah. Shorties, you hear me? Say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't think y'all cats want Mac to release the dragon. Catch me in all black underneath your wagon. Plastique in the detonator. I can see you, and I see you on a respirator. Y'all cats all know how this gon' go. Be Mac rap gorilla with the official flow. Any beef with my peeps, then the pistols blow. I'ma lay back for now to let Cisco flow.
Don't make me. I know you don't really wanna. Come on, niggas, you hear me? Say, yeah. Shooters, you hear me? Say, yeah. Y'all niggas gon' make me. I know you don't really wanna. Niggas, you hear me? Say, yeah. Shooters, you hear me? Say, yeah. Y'all niggas gon' make me. I know you don't really wanna. Niggas, you hear me? Say, yeah. Shooters, you hear me? Say, y'all niggas gon' make me. I know you don't really wanna. Niggas, you hear me? Yeah. Shooties, you hear me? Yeah. Come on. QG. Cisco, nigga, what?
Let me send out a blast.
Yo, I ain't thugged out. All I'm doing is letting y'all niggas know that I'm about to unleash the dragon in the year 2G. If you with me, let me see your hands up. Yo, nigga, what? I'm about to let it go. I'm about to let you know. Cisco, 2G, over me, and you see what? The dragon. The dragon.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was intentional, Lisa. Like all the bigger streamers, I wanted to have them live because it gave us more eyes. Because let's face facts, if they told their people to come over here, maybe 25% of them would listen. Jay. Well, we're about to get to my story. I have the trivia, and based on the information that you guys heard, anyone can really do it, except for endometriosis. No one talked about that because ambition flaked. Let's see. It's the no bake banana pudding cheesecake for me. I want some. Overnight me some, Miss G. Let's rearrange some things here. No, my bad, Jason. All right, Jason's going to come up. Jason had a really bad accident.
Can you see me?
And he overcame it. I mean, he had to do physical therapy.
Anything?
He had to do everything he could to overcome it. So he definitely knows the struggle.
Small town. How are you? Hello, let's go.
Let's go.
Past tense, now you know, about to do this, monkey see what monkey do. Now you know I'm about to vibe up the room. Everybody knows about to do what I do. We was driving down the highway, smoking on the kush cause I did my thing. Just like T-Pain about to make it rain. But the rain just made me had to swear that day. Yo, I almost lost my head. Now you understand what I do instead. I seen the blood red, only seen the tears, my mouth is all broken. Everybody knows, fuck it, I ain't really joking. I speak poetry, another message. Everybody like I'm us speaking out of confession. Adolescent, I see drugs slinging on the street. Everybody knows how it is, we on some ecstasy. Now you know what I be doing like it's Flintstone. Bad rock. Now you see what I be doing on the block, bus shots, hit the block, bus shots. Now you know what's on the purple shit, blow up the kush. Now you see what I can do on that vibe. Now you know black and yellow, speaking off the pen. Now you know I do it cause you know I live in sin. Yo, coming off the Ritalin, call me Michael Jackson cause you know we made a thriller. Now you know I smoke the death, the road smell vanilla. I'm a crazy type of man, but a righteous type of fella. The Lord tried to take me, seen so many struggles. Everybody on the block, people had to hustle. Now you understand on the music, Nipsey hustle. What you gonna do? Put you sick like Robitussin. People go to dance, take you to the prom today. Now you understand how it is, I love my family. Small town vibe, smoking on the kush. Then I got Lisa, giving out the looks, yo. You understand what I be doing in this awareness. Now you understand how it is, life's not fair shit. I'm on that mood child with the D. Now you understand me, kid, I flip the code key. And now you see what I do, what I say, when I spray. Dumping on the shot because you know I got the E and J. Yo, I got my homie Tony blowing up. Now you see what I be doing with my Miss G. Yo, about to rain on that gang. Now you see what I be doing in that gang. Motherfuckers know I'm about to go and do the thing. Yo, that's my homie Shotgun. Yo, I know I love my dude Joe. Now you see what I be doing every day, get it lit. Everybody Macaulay Calkins and you know it's Home Alone. Now you understand what I be doing, leader of the throw. I don't give a fuck, I will shoot you in your fucking dome. Now you see I got a pistol tuck, John Wick. Now you see I'm about to do this when it's John Doe. Now you know what I be doing like football on an audible, fucked up from an edible. Let's go. Good morning.
Good shit, Jay.
So what's up, man? How you doing?
Not much. I'm doing good, man. Just over here doing our thing, spreading some awareness, sharing our stories with people. I'm about to tell my story here in a little bit. Oh, he froze.
So, see you all.
He's frozen.
Ah, shit. Am I down? Can you see me?
Oh, that's a worse froze. There you go.
Oh, shit. Hey, wait, let me... We good now? We good?
Well, you know, he on that fucking LTE. Or
Emoji
4G.
J, what is up, motherfucker?
Oh, you know Jay? Everyone knows Jay.
How can't you know fucking Emoji J? He's like the recording leader on fucking Meet Me. Everybody knows my guy.
Yeah, Jay's a cool guy, man. I got to hang out with him. He lives close to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's in San Diego.
Yeah,
I'm in LA.
Emoji J's good people. That's nice.
But Jason, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming through, man.
Always, man. I told you I was gonna come through. I don't lie. I'm not no motherfucking liar.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about some heavy shit.
What do you get?
So I wanted to have people to lighten the mood. You know?
Yeah.
We've heard about
Definitely.
5 stories. 5 people flaked out on me.
I mean, I've been through some shit more than the average person. Like, in the last 5 years, I lost 15 of my immediate family members.
Damn.
I was in a car accident myself, almost died, which you already knew that.
Yeah.
My ex-wife cheated on me after 17 years. We were married for 3, and she was having sex with 5 other men. So, I mean, in all honesty, I've been through some shit. Like I said, my dad died in my arms a year and a half ago. I lost my grandmother. I lost both of my grandfathers. I lost 3 of my closest friends from suicide. One of my really close friends was shot in the face right in front of me. I saw the bullet hit him. So, I mean, like I said, I've been through a lot. And it just makes me a stronger individual. And that's why I'm so appreciative of what I have now. Because life is so fucking short. I'm not given tomorrow. And you never know if you're even going to wake up the next day.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your struggle, bro. All of us go through life, and all of us have our own struggles. I mean, I'm a lot like you. I mean, I grew up in the hood. I saw friends die in front of me, like close friends. And
yeah,
I mean, it never goes away. It stays with you.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
You have to. And I've lost so many people that I'm kind of numb to death now.
Yeah, 90% of the time I've ever been in the hospital, it was because somebody was dying. And I've only been to the hospital once for my whole life, for myself, and that was because of my car accident. I've never had a cold. I've never been sick. I've never been sick in my whole life. So.
I was medical mystery for 23 years.
Oh damn.
But I do appreciate you, brother. And I mean, you coming through and fucking spinning for us means a lot to me. You don't know how much that means.
It's always love here, bro. You already know it. Let's go. I'm gonna do one more for you since I'm already.
All right, yeah, let's get one more. I'm gonna be doing my story here in a bit.
All right, sounds good to me.
So go ahead and spit one more for us while I send out another Instagram blast.
Hey, check it. Everybody turned up on the weekend. Motherfucker smoking on the weekend. Everybody getting drunk on the weekend. Looking at that chick there, you look Puerto Rican. Now you know we getting tipsy on the weekend. My bitch is getting drunk on the weekend. Walking ditzy, Fozzie Bear drunk as fuck from the Grey Goose. We be turning up, yo, smoking on the hydro. People plead the fifth. I cannot breathe, it's the loss of oxygen. Yo, we turned up on the weekend. Know you feel the vibe. Smoking on the kush, so my people staying high like that Fozzie Bear. I got that waka, waka, waka. Everybody knows I got that Grey Goose vodka. Little bit of gin, cause you know I live in times in. They looking at my smile and they love that devil grin. Now you see what I do, what I say. We turning up on the weekend. Everybody knows how we vibing on the weekend. Smoking on the kush, getting high every weekend. Now you know how I be doing, bitches getting geeky. I like a nasty chick, I like it in the back. Now you see what I be doing, I'm a lion when I attack. And now you know what I do, I'm ferocious, the real top. I'm like a ghost and you know I hit that G-spot. Everybody know we about to get it on the weekend. Smoking on the kush, we about to vibe every weekend. Everybody know we about to party on the weekend. Everybody getting kid and play on the weekend. Everybody jumping out their seat on the weekend. Everybody turning up every fucking weekend. Now you know what I do, chilling on the weekend. Sipping on the 40 with my shorty on the weekend. Now you know what I can do, ayy. Everybody vibing, man, like it was Sex in the City. Now you know what I do, my people stay with me. I'm throwing up 20s and it's raining off binges. Now you see I'm just looking for my queen. Fucking with me, kid, I turn the things into reality. My combat, motherfucking shit was fatality. Now you know what I do, I fucked up off the ecstasy. Real vibe, smoke the kush, wave it in the air. Fucking on the bitch with the edible underwear. Now you understand that life wasn't fair, so we about to do this thing and turn it up again. Yo, we getting lit, everybody fucked up on the weekend. And you understand, blowing shots on the weekend. Now you know what I be doing every day on the weekend. Cause you see we about to get this shit freaking. Blowing Dutches on the motherfucking weekend. People turning up, throwing up on the weekend. Now you know I'm fucking on my bitches every weekend. Now you understand I left the chick freaking. Let's go, let's get this shit lit. Now you understand vibing in this room shit. Now you know we about to turn the shit A-track like I'm Fat Joe. Damn girl, you got a nice crack. Let's go.
Get it! Get it!
So what's happening, man? What's happening?
Jason?
Hey, Ambition.
Jason, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. No, I'm talking my life. I appreciate you, bro. We're going to have Ambition come up and talk about endometriosis right now. So hang around. After her, I'm up.
I love you guys. God bless everybody. Definitely. I love you guys.
Yo, everyone, make sure you favorite Jason. It's okay, Ambition. You can show the ceiling if you want. It's the story that matters. So go ahead and request a box. We're just waiting on Ambition. So here's one thing. Yo, Dragon, Jimmy, what's up? Here's one thing about these conditions we're talking about today. We have our good days and we have our bad days. So, Bear, I don't know. So, I mean, there's some days where we feel just complete shit. I mean, those are usually days I don't come live. So if I'm not live, that means that my body just isn't working with me that day. It's working against me. Ambition. Black Engineer, hello. Yeah, I mean, some days you just, oh man, when you deal with chronic fatigue and chronic pain, some days you just can't do anything. And after we talk to Ambition right now, we're going to talk about something called spoon theory. And spoon theory was thought of to help people that are normal understand those of us who deal with these conditions. What's up, BE? Still waiting on that gift to come through, man. I'm upset that they're taking so long. Yeah. I mean, you spent enough fucking money, they could fucking double time that shit. But how's your day going, man? Ambition's about to come up right now and tell her story. We've had some good stories today, man. And hopefully some people have learned a lot about it, a lot about everything. Well, we're waiting on Ambition to come up right now. And then after Ambition, I'm going to tell my story. Yeah, we had Jason come up here and freestyle. We had Dan Daniel come up and freestyle earlier. Right? I mean, she was supposed to, let me look at my schedule. Yeah, she was supposed to be on earlier. Ambition was supposed to be on at 3:50 Eastern. So that was an hour ago. She just messaged me on IG. She's here. Nunu, hello. But I mean, we know Ambition's an hour late. That's just on her time. Stu, what's up, buddy? Ambition. Request the box, please. Ambition on fleek. Request the box, please. Okay. Well, since she's not requesting the box yet, we're going to talk about something called spoon theory. It was thought of by a woman that had lupus. And what happened was her and her best friend, that she's known since childhood, were in a diner. And her friend asked her straight out. Jason. Her friend asked her straight out, what does it feel like to have lupus? Yeah, Flex was already up. So she thought about it, and she grabbed the spoons off her table. She grabbed the spoons from all the tables around her. And she handed her friend a bouquet of spoons. Hold on. We'll do it like this. Sorry, y'all. I don't have spoons, but I got cigarettes. So, she handed her friend a bouquet of spoons. Now, she told her friend, you have lupus. Walk me through your day. Well, I get up and I brush my teeth. She took a spoon. I take a shower. Took a spoon. I make breakfast for the kids. Took a spoon. I drive to work. Took a spoon. I sit at my desk and I do my work for a few hours. She took spoons. Then I have to go out and get lunch. She took a spoon. By the middle of the day, her friend only had a few spoons left. She's like, well, how much more do you have to go through your day? She said, I don't have enough energy to go through it. The spoons are a metaphor for energy. Now, someone that deals with chronic pain, chronic fatigue, they have limited energy. The average person wakes up with unlimited energy. So what that means is, in the middle of the day, I have to decide, should I pick up that piece of paper off the floor, or should I save that energy to hug my kid? Because when you're out of spoons, you ain't got no energy. You can't do shit. Ambition. I'm stalling as long as I can. So yes, a lot of us with chronic conditions understand that people that don't suffer what we suffer through, it's very hard for them to understand it. I mean, Jay's my little brother, he's seen me my whole life go through this, and I don't quite think he understands that, the full aspect of it. He understands some of it, but maybe not the full aspect of it.
Very
What up,
true,
Jay?
my brother. I figured,
Not this
since
Jay.
they're ambitious-
Not this Jay. The other Jay, the one with the
figured-
puff of smoke in the car. That's my little brother.
I figured ambition's taking a little while, so we might as well bust out another
All right?
fucking
I'm about
freestyle.
to call
Let's
us
turn
sleep
this
over
mother
here. Oh wait, she's requesting the
fucking
box.
up.
She's requesting the box right now, man. I'll bring you up
Still
before I
gonna
talk.
fuck it up.
I'll bring you up so you can do one more before I talk.
Still gonna fuck it up.
Alright, we'll let him fuck it up. Go ahead, fuck it up.
Everybody turned up. Now you understand. Hennessy up in the cup.
Well,
We
except
seen them
right now.
little kids doing double dutch. Now you understand I like a chick bubble butt. Now you know what I be doing cause we throwing up. Motherfuckers know the Hennessy up in my guts. Now you know what I be doing, I'm a lion. Now you know what I do, we chillin', we vibing, smoking on the kush. Blow it back, fucking with me, kid. Everybody know we snap like a broad strap. When I spit the facts, get the gat. Now you know what I be doing, make it crack. I'm like a bat with the Sammy Sosa home run. Barry Bonds with that 70 home run. Mark McGuire 66 home run. We be on that shit, everybody turning up, son. Pittsburgh, home of the Steelers. Michael Jackson was the dude, had to make a thriller. Smoking on the Dutch, I can go and smell vanilla. Now you know what I be doing out the fucking jello. Yo, I'm a crazy man. Now you know what I do, I'm S on my chest. Now you see what I do, I'm Batman, I robbed them. Now I'm like the Joker with the X's in my sleeve. Smoking on the blunt cause I love my Cali weed. Fucked up on the bottle cause we got the seeds. Now you see what I be doing like a pirate, taking over treasure. Now you motherfuckers know out the stormy weather, I'm a savage, dropping off the package. What the fuck you gonna do? Like I'm about to stab you. Call me like I'm Chucky. Where the fuck my buddies at? Everybody knows I'm in the cut. Yo, we be turning up, love the vibe. Smoking on the kush so my people high. If you wanna party then put your hands high. Now you understand me, bang, another drive-by. That's the hood life, that's in me. Now you understand, I be partying for my family. We about to barbecue, everybody drunk as fuck. Everybody put your fucking hands up, we turning up. Let's go. Now you know like a roller coaster, ups and downs. Motherfuckers on the block when we flipping pounds. Now you know like the Grim Reaper, we undergrounds. Now you see what I can do cause you like the sound. Motherfuckers wanna test me, we can pop some rounds. I ain't juggling no balls, I ain't no fucking clown. Motherfuckers wanna test me, then use underground. Let's go. Let's just have some fucking fun. Hey, love you all. Let's do it again. Let's do this again someday.
Good shit, man. Good shit. But we're going to bring Ambition up right now. And she's going to talk about life with endometriosis.
Hi. Sorry, Joe. I'm still able to come on.
An hour late.
I know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Sorry. I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you one day. But yeah, so it's kind of hard for me. I kind of like went back and forth about it, like talking about it. But I'm gonna talk about it. So
Engineers like make it up to me too.
no, no. But yeah, so
Wow.
okay. So for me, dealing with endometriosis, I've been.
Oh, what happened? Come back. Did her phone die or something?
Okay. Yeah, I don't
That
know
was
what
weird.
happened. Yeah, I know that was weird because I didn't touch anything. Okay, so basically, a long story short, I always had a really bad menstrual cycle as a child. Always had bad menstrual cycles. I remember being like put in a wheelchair, being wheeled from my classroom to the nursing office. Even to the point where my school wanted to call an ambulance for me. At one point, I was in such bad pain, but then my dad was like, no, don't get in the ambulance. I'm coming to pick you up. So I've always struggled with bad menstrual cycles. And I just got used to them. I got used to them as I got older. I just took my pain medicine, you know, and I was able to manage. But then it came to a point where I remember I was in school. I was in nursing school at the time, and I was on the train, and I started getting these weird, like cramping pains in my pelvic, my abdomen.
Charlie, hello.
And at first I was very confused because they felt like menstrual cramps. But I had known I was not on my menstrual. I just had my menstrual. So to me, that signaled something odd to me. Like, why am I having menstrual cramps when I'm not on my menstrual and it's not even expected? It's already passed. But anyways, at the time I was in school. I just took my pills, and, you know, I thought maybe this was something. It would just pass. As time went on, I still would have the pains infrequently, but off my menstrual cycle, but they would still come. It came to the point, like, let's say 3 months into it, it came to the point where I was having these cramps like by the week. It would be like a whole week with cramps, even without my menstrual. Then it would be like, then it would become 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then I was dealing with this pain all month long. It was like intense labor contraction pains, shooting from my pelvic, my cervix, down my legs, all over the place. So I had to go to the emergency room. At the time, I didn't even have insurance. Thank you, Black. I didn't have insurance. I was in school, but I had to go. That's how bad the pains were. And I'm used to pain. I mean, these were crippling pains that knocked me off my feet. So I went to the doctors. They did CAT scans, and they noticed I had like a mass that they thought, you know, was fibroids. They saw some fibroids, and then they saw a cyst. So they told me, you know, well, that's normal, you know, whoop-de-woo. It goes away after a couple months.
They told you cyst was normal?
Yeah. They say it's normal. It happens. And they can clear up on their own. So I continue on. I'm in school. I'm still going through pain. It's now a year. A year has gone. I'm dealing with pain. Every single day, dealing with pain. Every single day, I'm walking around with medication in my pocket. And when I tell you pain, this is like labor contraction. Like the women, like my friends who would see me that have went through labor, they would see me and be like, wow, this is so abnormal. But I dealt with it. I was in school. I was focused.
Because we live with it every day, so we learn to work around our pain.
Exactly. I wasn't getting answers from the doctor. By this time, I had already went to the emergency room probably like 3 times, and every time it was the same thing. They did not know what was wrong with me.
From when the symptoms started to diagnosis, how long was it?
It took about a good 3.5, almost 4 years. 3.5, 3 years. 3 years.
4 years.
Actually. 3 years. I would say 3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Being misdiagnosed.
Exactly. 3 years. Being told it's just a cyst. It's just, you know, like they're not seeing nothing.
Thank you, engineer.
Yeah, it's just to the point I was just taking my pills. I felt like I had IBS like symptoms. Like my stomach was really, it felt like I was either constipated or I don't know. There was a lot of
hello.
Yeah, there was a lot of different symptoms, but they were all around my pelvic, abdomen, and cervix, you know, and shoot down my legs. So let's just say from my belly button down was all pain. All pain. And when I tell you pain, I mean, I can't even emphasize, how bad. Agonizing. I mean, to the point, I wish somebody would have just killed me. I wish somebody would kill me, Joe. I would rather have broke my leg. I would have jumped out of my window. I remember saying that to myself, like, wow, I would rather have a broken arm, a broken leg, anything. At least that's something they could see. They would treat it, because this time I'm going to the doctors, the emergency room. They're not prescribing me anything. They're not giving me anything because they're also, concerned, with drug seeking. A lot of people do that. So they are, and they don't have anything to go off of because you need a diagnosis really to prescribe, some form of opiates, some type of really strong pain medication, right? So then they have made me like do a what is it called? A colonoscopy. So at 26 years old, I had a colonoscopy. 26, and this is a procedure that most people, no, 27. This is a procedure that most people don't do until they're 50. So I had to go through that just for them to rule out, because I kept getting bounced around between GI and GYN, because the symptoms was a lot in my pelvic area. So what happened was the endometrium layer in our uterus with the endometriosis, it will migrate outside of the uterus, and that's what happens. Those endometrium tissue cells are usually shed during a female's menstrual cycle. That layer is shed, if the woman is, you guys know, if they don't, if the sperm is not met with the egg, no fertilization happens, the endometrium layer will shed. And that's your period. So for me, these endometrium cells, these shells that shed, that cause this cramping when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, these have migrated. These cells have migrated outside of my uterus and migrated into my abdomen, on my like, let's say it's called the pelvic wall, the brim, the hip bone. It went all over to different organs in my body, my colon, just all over my vaginal cuff, all over my ovaries. It went all the way up from my uterus up to my ovaries. And it caused all these different adhesions, all these different just issues. Let's just say that, like cobwebs, basically. If you think of it in a sense, the adhesions,
issues.
Exactly. They look like basically they attach organs together. So it would adhere to one organ, build on that, and then try to attach to another organ. So everything was getting sucked in together. That's what my doctor said. After my 4th surgery, he told me what's something that sucks things, like a black hole or something, something that's just like a vacuum. There we go. So I had 3 surgeries within the 4-year span. I had 4 surgeries, really, if you consider the colonoscopy a surgery, because it is because you go under general anesthesia and you're knocked out. It's a surgery. So I had 3 surgeries. My first surgery, my doctor was really wicked to me. I remember going into the surgery. Mind you, I did not have pain medication all day because, before surgery, you cannot take any type of medicine that will thin your blood. Not like the ibuprofens, and they did not prescribe me any opioids. And my surgery was later that day. My surgery was later in the day. So I went, mind you, I was taking pain medication every 2 hours. It came to a point. Every 2 hours, and they were barely working, the ibuprofens and anything else. Yep. And because it goes from the 6-hour relief, right, to the 4 hours, to the point where you're like, God, take them every 2 hours because your body gets used to it, So I remember going to, my surgery. Yep. I remember sitting in the waiting room. I mean, I was a mess. If you looked at me, you would be like, what is wrong with her? And that's what happened. A lot of people walked by me, but this other little lady, she was like a certified nursing assistant. She saw me in the waiting room waiting for my surgery, and she immediately got a wheelchair and pulled me back there. And I mean, I was shaking. I had no pain medication in my body. I was just trying to get through the surgery. And at the time, my boyfriend at the time, I remember holding his hand, and my doctor coming in there, and she told me, she said, let go of his hand and get yourself together. And that was like, I still remember how, you know, it's like something like I could turn off. Like, lady, if I could turn this off, I would not be sitting here on this surgery bed, because at that time I've never had a surgery in my life.
I would have told her to shut her fucking ass up.
I know, but I was in such a bad position because this is the lady that's about to cut me open. You understand? So after that
shut up and
surgery,
do your job.
right. And then when I wake up, I'm missing like a whole cervix. So yeah, so
she's like,
yeah. After that surgery, right. So after that surgery, you know, she didn't tell me a lot. She told me just the minimum, but I did a lot of my research. She told me, you know, she took out the cyst, that she cleaned up the area, this and that. So for like a month, I felt a little better, but the symptoms came back with vengeance. And I did my research. I got involved in a support group for endometriosis, because there are a lot of women who live with it. And I vetted out a really great doctor. My first surgery with him wasn't a success either, though. It wasn't a success. But he was a great doctor. He had great bedside manner, and he would not give up on me, even when I was ready to, because sometimes when you're in these support groups.
How was your game? Good. We tied.
Yes, sometimes when you're in the support groups, all you see is like sad stories. You never see the success stories, like people who actually get through with these conditions, because this is not a curable condition. This is something I will always live with. The only thing they can do is treat the symptoms. Right. Sorry, I wasn't reading the comments till now. There we go. So yeah, so just imagine, ladies, if you guys have been pregnant and gone through labor, imagine having labor contraction pain every single day. Every single day with no baby, but you feel the pressure. You feel like you gotta push.
I've had a kidney stone, which has been compared to labor.
Yep.
And I've actually asked women that have had both, and they say yeah, it's the same shit.
Right. So that's every day I was dealing with that.
Relate to the pain.
Right. And it came to the point where it psychologically, it really messed me up too, because you just didn't know when the pain, like for a minute, I could be feeling fine. And I looked fine on the outside. That's the thing with the invisible illnesses. I looked fine on the outside. Nobody could tell from the outside how sick, how much, of a disadvantage this condition was taking on me. And I wasn't able to function at my best. So the fact that I looked okay, and for some moments I would be acting like I was okay, a lot of people could not understand it. They could not make that, they couldn't, I could barely understand it. It was messing up my psyche too. Yeah, like, am I really sick? Like, what's wrong with me? So it came to a point where you just want to be validated. And I believe we talked about this too, Joe. You just want to be validated. Yeah. So my second surgery, it was very quick. I was very upset with my doctor, even though he was a great doctor. I was upset with him because I felt like I had a rush surgery. He had 2 surgeries that day to do. And I had the morning surgery. And then so then I felt like he rushed through my surgery, because my first surgery was 5 hours. My second surgery was like 2.5 hours. And I was still in pain after that. I was still in a lot of pain. And it came to the point where I was very dependent. With my boyfriend at that time. I didn't want to go anywhere without him, because I would just fall into these attacks, and I could just be by myself on the street somewhere. You know what I mean? So it messed me up psychologically. I felt very dependent on having someone with me who understood what I was going through, and I tried to stay home. If I wasn't going to work, I tried to just stay home. I did not want to go back outside in the real world anymore. It put me in isolation in a sense, because I didn't want to come across as weak. So I didn't want to tell a lot of people. I didn't want them to see me in pain. So I basically suffered by myself, got through nursing school. I barely made it through, but I did. I made it through.
And there's a hashtag. There's a hashtag for it. It's called Suffered in Silence. Suffering in silence.
Yep. I mean, honestly, it's the craziest. I wouldn't wish that pain on my worst enemy. My worst enemy. It was that bad. It's not as bad anymore. Huh?
It's funny because I say the same thing about my pain. I would not wish my life pain on my worst enemy.
Right. And I'm telling you, Joe, I had bad menstrual cramps my whole life since I was like a 14, 15-year-old girl. So I'm used to pain.
I've had back pain, chronic back pain since I was 10.
So you had a higher pain tolerance.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for us people with higher pain tolerance, if we're in pain, then you know something is really wrong. And I went through so many tests, ultrasounds, transvaginal ultrasounds, where they would actually stick the damn microscope into my vagina, the probes, I should say, actually, the probes into my vagina all the way up. So that was already like very uncomfortable all the time getting those type of exams. Finally, they gave me an MRI after my first surgery with the second doctor that I told you about. Well, so let's just say the second surgery in total. They gave me an MRI finally, but it was not even easy to get the MRI. And then we're talking about dealing with this shit when I didn't have insurance for the majority of the time. It wasn't to the end, the last leg where I had my insurance. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough because you don't have insurance, so you're being bounced around. You don't really have someone who really cares about you. And even when I did, honestly, even when I did have a primary care doctor, it still wasn't all that great, you know. But the medical system is just not like it used to be.
It's broken.
It's broken. And mind you, I was in New York City. So you know how many people are in New York City, biggest city in the U.S.
I live in LA.
So you already know. So it's even worse.
Yeah.
So I actually had to.
Doctors hurt people like patients. They give you a quick diagnosis and push you out.
Exactly, like a McDonald's, like, you know, let's just in and out type of mentality. So I had to seek a doctor in Boston. I was going to Boston to see my doctor. I would drive to Boston.
When they take the state health care.
Right. Yeah. And then not getting paid as much.
Another check.
Right. So my last surgery. So my last surgery I had with this doctor, it came to the point where we were either looking at a hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Hysterectomy. So I'm 30. So at the time, I'm 30 years old and I have no kids. And I'm contemplating a decision on whether or not I'm going to have a hysterectomy. So it's a loss. So I'm dealing with a loss already, contemplating a loss, a big loss, which is my fertility. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I was left. It was either let's go in one more time. And let's see what we could do, because if we can't do anything, if it's still going on, we gotta take the uterus. So my doctor went in, he split my uterus. He found something do you remember the fibroids I told you guys earlier from the first emergency room visit? They saw, I had these little fibroids. So come to find out, those fibroids are something called endomyomas. So basically, I had fibroids. In a sense, to give a definition, in layman's terms, it's kind of like a fibroid covered in endometriosis. So it's a really cramping fibroid. Yeah, a fibroid covered in endometriosis. So they ended up taking those out. They took a good portion of my uterus as well. My doctor still says I have. My uterus is still pretty much intact. I could get pregnant. It's not, well, he said most likely I will need IVF. He's not going to say I don't have the chances. he's saying I don't have the greatest chances naturally, but there is a good chance, at least through IVF, if anything. So, and I also lost an ovary as well during my last surgery. I lost one of my ovaries. One of my tubes was covered and destroyed in endometriosis to the point they couldn't save it. It's kind of like a cancer in a sense. It's like a cancer. It's these cells that attack your system, your other organs in your pelvic or wherever they can migrate to. Some people I know it migrates all the way to their diaphragm, to their lungs. Some women suffer with endometriosis on their lungs. Thank God mine didn't migrate up that far. And I mean, I've had a lot. The places where they migrated to, it caused me a lot of pain, but thank God it did not move up to my lungs. So now it's been like, 10 months since my last surgery now, 10, 11 months since my last surgery. I'm feeling a little better. Huh?
I said, how do you feel now?
I feel a little better, but it's still mental. It's still very mental because a lot of being in the support groups. Yeah, being in the support groups and reading a lot of women's stories, a lot of them will say after some surgeries, they would have like a year of relief. Some had 2 years of relief, and then bam, all the symptoms right back.
Well, here's the thing you have to realize about support groups.
Mm-hmm.
People that get rid of the pain,
they don't come back. Exactly.
So
they don't come back.
Hear success stories in support groups.
Exactly. I know. You're right. So, but some of them would come back though. Some of them would come back after like X amount of months because you could track it.
And they will come back to share their success story.
Right. And it was sad though, Joe, because some would say, I feel better. They would say, I feel better. And then a couple months later, 6 months later, they come back. Because, I was in the group for years. They come back and say, oh my gosh, it's all back again. So that uncertainty, you get what I'm saying? That uncertainty, it still lives in my mind. I still know. And it's sad to say, I wish I could be more optimistic and just be like, ooh, yes, I'm feeling better. Because right now, me being able to walk at a point, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even use the bathroom. I couldn't even have a bowel movement barely. This is why they thought it was IBS. I could not imagine. If you've ever been constipated before, y'all know the pain of how bad. If anybody who's been constipated, really constipated, to where they had to go to the emergency room or something like that, they know how that pain feels. Oh, you've been there. Okay.
Well, so I've been on opioids since I was 19.
Oh, yeah.
And opioids will cause constipation.
Of course. Right. So yeah, but I still deal with the fatigue. I still deal with the fatigue, chronic fatigue. I still can't bend over. I'm still recovering. They usually say, because my last surgery was 5 hours too. They usually say
she has endometriosis.
Endometriosis and adenomyosis. Yep, endometriosis and adeno, which is ADENO. You'll see ENDO and ADENO. Adeno. So yeah, so that's so now this is where I'm at. I'm kind of like I'm post-surgery. I have some type of relief, but I'm very afraid to say it. I'm very afraid to say.
Go back to the 12-year-old you. What would you tell yourself?
Wow. The 12-year-old me? Man, it's hard because I would definitely want to pursue the pain I had, and I would have pursued for the physicians to, like, my doctor at the time, to really investigate more into it instead of just saying, oh, this is just typical menstrual pain. But at the same time, I think to myself, would I have wanted procedures at that age? At the same time, would I have wanted procedures at that age as early as 12? That was hard for me to have, in my late 20s. So it's kind of like,
Well, I
damn,
mean, at that point,
yeah,
it's not your decision; it's your parents' decision.
right. But knowing what I know now, like I'm not so keen about surgery. If I could avoid it, I will by any means necessary. That's how you know I was really messed up. Because I am not pro-surgery.
Oh, you're over here.
I would do anything herbal, herbal remedies before any surgeries ever.
Hi, there's my mom.
Oh.
Did you try it?
What?
Did you try it?
Try what?
The teriyaki stuff.
That's a little teriyaki. Same place.
I know. Did it taste the same?
It's the same place.
The lady told me it wasn't. I said, "Are you the people that were on Rosecrans?" And she says, "No."
The guy told me it was.
Oh, well, maybe she didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, she probably didn't know what she was talking about.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's where Stevie wanted to go after the game, so that's really why.
Yeah, I'm doing an awareness thing today.
Oh.
We were going to have someone talk about fibromyalgia, but they weren't here.
Oh.
They didn't show up.
Let me know when they do show up.
Well, she didn't show up.
But
My
you might have
mom,
another time.
my mom has fibromyalgia.
Oh, okay. Lord, all the things we deal with, looking at each other, we look so well on the outside,
Hi, Mom.
but
Hi.
yeah, the things we deal on the inside, it's
All right. I'm going to head home.
just never know.
Yeah.
Love you too. You had a good game.
Yeah, he said they tied.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Bye,
he has
guys.
another game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
They have to be
Oh,
here
my
by 8:30, so good luck. To everybody, I said bye.
Engineer said, "Hi, Mom, smack him." Hi, Mom. No, my mom, because I've been playing this thing for months. So today was my kid's first soccer game of the season. They didn't tell me this until a few days ago.
Ooh.
So I had to choose between that and this, and because I've been playing this for a month and I had so many people that were going to show up, I chose to stick to my word and do this.
Right.
But he has another game tomorrow, so I'll be there for that one.
Right.
Well, ambition.
Thank you so
Tell
much,
your story.
small town. Me too, hon. Me too. And I am an ER nurse as well. So I can say one thing. The one, positive thing about the situation about being sick and having a chronic illness is now I'm more relatable. And I can actually put
I
myself.
was going to say, you're probably one of the better ER nurses.
Oh, I
because
am.
you've
Oh, I
experienced
am. Oh, I am. Let me see a woman in pain. I mean, anybody in pain. But let me see a woman shaking the way I was shaking. And I've seen it before, and I am like, I cater to them. Because I know they don't have like a good, they never get really good outcomes in the ER room because the emergency room is really for like life or death situations when you're in that. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, but when you're in enough pain and you're out of painkillers, you go to the
yeah, they should give you exactly, but they won't give it to you, Joe.
I mean, some do, some don't.
Yeah, a lot
I've
of
been
them,
looked
they
at
didn't
as
do
a
it for
drug
me.
seeker
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't re-up. Because okay, so Chiari affects my mind too, so I'm very forgetful at times. So I'll not go fill my prescription in time, or I'll run out of painkillers before I refill it.
Right.
And when that happens, and I'm in agonizing pain, I have to go to the ER.
Right. But see, you have a diagnosis
But
already.
Luckily now, I'm with Kaiser. So if I go to their ER, they can look at my doctor's notes.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, well, here, let me give that to you."
Right. Right.
But going to like the county hospital or to one of the private owned hospitals, yeah, they looked at me as like a drug seeker.
Yep. One time they kept me in the hospital for 2 days. They didn't do anything for me. They kept me there for 2 days and gave me a $19,000, almost $20,000 bill.
Damn.
For nothing. $20,000. 19 something. Yep. Yep, for nothing. For nothing. For sleeping on a hospital bed, basically. For the heat and the water.
That was an expensive hotel room.
Yep, exactly. Basically. Yep, and thank God I was able to figure out how to get that, down the bill. But yeah,
also, we do that here too in California.
You said what'd you do?
Not with Kaiser, but with some of my other pain managements, I had signed a contract saying that I wouldn't go anywhere else looking for pills or whatever.
Oh wow. Yep, so now I'm not taking ibuprofen. I'm not walking around with ibuprofen in my pocket, y'all. That is that's the best thing I could say so far, for me, where my condition stands, I'm not walking around. Say that again, Joe?
I take every day. I said, this is my bag of pills.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yes, I remember I had a big basket next to my bed with pills, vitamins, the pills for my, they thought when I had IBS, they were giving me a pill. They put me on birth control. They even put me on a pill at one time to stop. They put me into a chemical menopause. I was 27 years old in menopause. 27 years old in freaking menopause. So then I was angrier. I was... Man,
painkillers, muscle relaxers, 2 different nerve blockers.
Yeah, I had the muscle relaxers too.
There's one that controls the acid reflux. Because of the opioids, I have to take this pill for testosterone. There was a point where I was taking 15 pills a day.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And did you have it on did you have a reminder? Was it hard for you to get on the schedule to take pills? Because it was hard for me.
At first, yes. At first, I was...
Yeah, because your mind tells you you're not really sick. I would be when I have them moments where I don't feel so bad, I wouldn't want to take any pills because I'm trying to tell myself I'm not really sick.
Well, especially now because, so I had a cyst removed from my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And that cyst was choking the artery. And it was aggravating my other 2 conditions. So now that that's gone, my pain level...
That's awesome.
I used to. If I'm not working, if I'm just sitting around the house, I don't take any.
Right.
So I forget to take my pills at times. We went to last week, and I forgot to bring pills with me. And that was a big mistake. That was a huge mistake because for the whole week, I was in pain because of it.
Yep. Oh, Lord, man. The things that people go through. Invisible illnesses.
Endometriosis can cause pelvic pain, chronic back pain.
Pelvic, vaginal, legs. I'm telling you, from my belly button down was a ball of pain. Cramping, shooting. They was describe the pain. I couldn't describe the pain. Sometimes I couldn't even lay down. When you have pain, you take your medicine, you lay down, you put the heating pad on, whatever, and you just get comfortable, right? No, it felt like for me, I was jumping out of bed because I felt like I had 10 people stabbing me with knives. So you can't lay down, obviously, if you feel like you're being stabbed with knives. You can't lay down. You're jumping. You can't. I'm trying to walk. I'm trying to walk it off. I can't walk. I'm falling, but I can't. So I can't lay down though. I can't stay still, but I can't walk.
Lyme disease.
You said what, Joe? I didn't hear that.
Oh no, I was talking to Shorty. She asked if I looked at her condition. She has Lyme disease.
Oh, Lord. So yeah, I did have really bad aches, but yeah, they're more in the forms of cramping, shooting pains from my belly button down. And stress too. Any type of stress would exacerbate the pain. I don't know if that happens to you. Yeah, any type of stress, anything, instantly, I would feel it in my stomach. The cramps, that pain, it would just start taking me down from stress.
Well,
And I think
my
stress.
issues cause nerve and muscle pain. And
Yep.
when you're stressed, your body's more tense. So
Exactly.
yeah, it aggravates you.
Exactly. So it was a lot. It was a lot for someone who was by themselves. I was by myself in New York. The end, like the first half of it, I didn't have a boyfriend at first. Well, not the first half, like a good 30% of the time I didn't have a boyfriend. Then I ended up getting a boyfriend, and that was hard too because, of course, we couldn't even have intercourse either. That's another issue women face with endometriosis. So then we have relationship problems as well because that's part of a relationship. So your relationship really suffers. You know, anytime you're sick, you suffer. But it took a toll on even intimacy.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
definitely, I agree with that. I've been married 14 years, and my wife has lived with me through all of it. She's seen me at my worst, and she's seen me at my best.
Bless her too, Joe.
Well, honestly, she hasn't seen me at my best because my best was before I met her.
And that had happened to me. Yep. Oh, I hate that. Oh. Yeah, but you know what? I love the fact that
My
you
best
had someone.
years were probably around 1920. 1920,
Right.
around there. Those were my best years. That's before the pain, like, completely got worse.
Yep, so this is why I relate to when anybody's in pain, anybody's sick, my heart goes to them. And I can really relate with them, and I really could be there for them, and I think about them, and, you know, it hurts me. It hurts me. Honestly, I haven't been back to the endometriosis support group, and I told myself I got to go back to, like, right, you know, just how I'm feeling, just give, like, an update, of course, because I feel like I'm responsible and accountable, since I did read a lot of those girls' stories as well, and I appreciated those who did come back to give some type of update. Let me see. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Small Town. Yes. I still, like, I've never been pregnant a day in my life. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. And I kind of attribute it to this condition, but I do know, and I still, like, go out there and I look for stories with women who dealt with this that have been able to, you know, conceive. And naturally, too, sometimes, So I'm hoping, like, one day, you know, God gives me the right man and we can make it happen. But yeah, it is something, like, it's something that I suppressed. Yeah, something everybody went on. I'm so happy for her. I know she is so happy. So happy. So yeah, it's something that, you know, I suppress in the back of my mind, like, even being there for my friends, because I have friends around this age. I'm 32 now. I have friends, they're having babies. Some are having multiples. And I'm going to baby showers. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I kind of, like, suppress this thought in the back of my mind that my fertility is kind of at a disadvantage because of this disease. Because if I think about it too much, it's going to be harder for me to be happier for those who are going through this. You know, if I basically if I say, you know, if I take it as a loss, I'm still, like, I still have in my mind that there's a chance. I'm not going to take it as a complete loss of my fertility, you know, my natural fertility, I should say.
It's not in the water. It's just COVID. We were in a pandemic. Everyone was locked in the house, and they were fine.
Yeah, a lot of pregnant women, right? So, yeah, so I know my fertility is at a disadvantage, but I still feel like I have a chance. So I'm still, you know, a happy person. I don't think, like, so much like, oh, I can't ever have a baby. I'm just like, you know, one day it will happen. One day it will happen. Hopefully, you know, I'm still 32. So hopefully, you know, by 35, 36, 37, it's not going to be, you know, as easy if it doesn't happen. But right now at 32, I'm going to just say hopefully. My doctor does want me to freeze my eggs, though. So I have to, like, consider that and the cost and of freezing my eggs. Yep.
Do it.
I just don't want to deal with that right now. It's too much. It's just too much, y'all. It's a lot.
Yeah, but kids are honestly, they're expensive as fuck, but they're the best place.
I know. I do want mine though, Joe. I do
just
want at
yesterday,
least.
I spent $150 on shit for soccer for my kid.
Oh, they told her it would never happen. Oh my gosh. Ooh, the miracle babies. Ooh. Oh.
Ambition. I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate you telling your story.
Yes,
Everyone,
thank
make
you,
sure your favorite
Joe.
Ambition. She's a sweetheart.
Thank
Even
you,
though
thank
she's
you.
late.
Sorry
She said she'll
again.
be on at
No,
5.
you know.
She'll be on at
Joe,
6.
I'm sorry about the time. You know I love you. And forgive me. You know I'm on a different time zone, and sometimes my mind doesn't work when it comes to time zone. So I told you, anytime you tell me something, you gotta change the time for me. Trick my brain.
Okay, so
Trick my
here's the thing.
brain.
Anything on the app is going to be Eastern time.
I know.
Anything someone tells you, unless they say otherwise, it's going to be Eastern time.
Right, but you know,
Because
I moved in December.
Pennsylvania.
So I'm still not used to the difference in time zones. I've been on Eastern time my whole life. So I'm still not used to it. Sorry, y'all. It's not possible. Thank you so much, Rain
No, thank
Gang.
you. I appreciate you and your story.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
And,
Bye. And I'm going to stay here
now-
to hear yours.
Now I'm going to do my favorite thing. I'm going to talk about me.
Yes, let's go.
I hate talking about me. Oh, get savvy. Nice name change. How you doing, Sav? If y'all don't know, the chick in the picture with the teddy bear, that's her right there. All right. Another great story. I mean, horrific, but great. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from her. I mean, we've had some people come up, and it takes a lot of courage to open up. It does. Because once you tell people your story, people see you for that story. And that's why my whole time on here, I've never really talked about my stuff. I have 3 conditions I've been diagnosed with. I have Chiari malformation, which my brain's too big for my skull, so my skull's pushing my brain into the spinal canal. Now, when that happens, the brain obstructs the flow of cerebral spinal fluid, and it builds up a pocket of fluid in the spine, which presses against nerves. My pocket of fluid covers my whole cervical spine, so the whole upper part of my back and neck. On the lower part of my spine, I've been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, where there's too much bone in the spine, which also presses against nerves. The other condition I've been diagnosed with is fibromyalgia. Now, it's really tough to separate the symptoms of fibromyalgia from Chiari malformation because they are very similar in symptoms. So pretty much I get a double whammy. But, all right. Chiari affects my memory, so I don't remember much of my childhood. Just the significant events. The earliest instant I remember my back pain is 10 years old. I know this because I woke up and told my dad that my back hurts. And now the reason I remember this is because he still made me walk to school. I remember walking in pain, dripping sweat like crazy in like 60-degree weather. I went to my mom's house and told her what's wrong. I remember her calling my dad and telling him I was in a cold sweat. That is the only thing I remember of that day. Soon after, I began seeing doctors and chiropractors. There was nothing wrong. I was looking for attention. My dad met a new woman. Now, the reason this is significant is because that's the year my headaches started. At 12 years old, I felt like it was about to explode. So I told my dad. He passed it off as migraine. And it happened again and again and again. Of course, he jumped back to me looking for attention. As I grew, my headaches became less frequent, but my back pain more. Nonetheless, I learned to hide and live with my pain. As an adult, I started to see my own doctors because all of the ones before that my dad took me to just ignored it. They said it was all in my head. I had muscle spasms. I had migraines. I would grow out of it. Sorry, I wrote this all down because my memory is terrible. But I started seeking my own doctors and looking for prognosis. Hell, even some theories would be wacko. But nothing. It was just muscle spasms. Here, take these drugs. They will help you. I was all the way up to 30 milligrams of oxycodone. But my godsend, golf. I fucking love playing golf. It was my newfound love. A place where I found myself at peace. Sure, I had to pop some extra pills just to get through 9 holes. But man, was it worth it. As with everything I wanted to be the best I could be. Played 3 days a week and practiced 2 days. This was when my hands began to give out. A pain in my elbow, shoulder, then my neck. The pain in my shoulder reminded me of when my dad yelled at me when my arm would be sore when I was holding up the starter when we were changing it. Anyways, I went to my doctor. He called it tendonitis. No. Then it was carpal tunnel. He told me to stop working for a couple of months. So I did. After going back and forth and knowing what I figured out about myself, after 5 years of just being drugged up, I switched doctors. On the first visit, my new doctor listened to my complaints and referred me to 4 specialists, one of which was my pain management. They sent me for an MRI, and they scanned my neck and my lower back. The result came back, and she asked me if I was recently in a big accident. I replied with, no, why do you ask? Like, why would you even ask me that? She told me I have a syringomyelia, a pocket of fluid in my spine. She then referred me to a neurosurgeon. He wasn't happy with the quality of the MRI, so he sent me out for another. When I returned, he came in the room and opened my MRI on the screen. That's when he sat me down and explained that he needed to perform a craniectomy. he had to remove a piece of my skull, which I still not done. In a time I should have been scared and terrified, I was relieved. I finally had an answer. I'm not crazy. After 23 years and 16 doctors, I finally know what was wrong with me. I was ecstatic. I mean, to find out that I wasn't crazy this whole fucking time. To know that there's something wrong with your body and no one else be able to find it. It will drive you crazy. This is my story. I often compare my life to someone that's normal, driving the car or riding a bus up a hill. My life is pushing that bus up the hill because that's how much weight the pain and the fatigue bring. When I was finally diagnosed, I went into a support group on Facebook, which was useless because it was full of drama, full of people that fucking just wanted I don't know what the fuck they wanted. It was full of people that just wanted attention and causing drama. So I started my own. Now we're over 700 strong in mine. So I have a lot of people that can relate to what I go through. Something I didn't have all my life. And Ambition, are you still here? Are there any foundations you want to shout out? Any foundations that help people with your condition? Put it out there, girl. But I'm talking about foundations people can donate to. That will help your cause. I know Jilly shouted out one for lupus earlier. Thank you, Shorty. All right, so for endometriosis, you guys can donate to Nancy Nook, and it's for more research. For Chiari malformation, the one I support is Conquer Chiari. For genealogical issues. All right. All right, if you're still here, press 1. Because we still have the trivia. The nurses didn't show up, but you guys have learned a lot. So we can go ahead and play and spread some more education. All right. It's okay, Jay. I appreciate you, man. All right. So, first question.